Hello and a very good morning. Welcome to Shop on TV. I'm Hayley Green.
I'm Sean Crawley.
Together with Shayley, and together we are so excited. We have got back in stock the most incredible inversion table from Teeter. This is all about, well, it's fit spine times 3 is what it's called, and it's all about that spine.
It is. And we would say straight away is do your own research, the benefits of inversion. This can help relax tense muscles. It can temporarily decompress the spine, take the pressure off the spine, temporarily stretch the spine, help decompress, and that's what it's all about. What you're seeing right here, the fact that it's going to alleviate everything for you.
It's going to do exactly that. You will be quite blown away, the feeling, the sensation of stretching that spine out. Perhaps you get up in the morning and you just don't feel like you used to be. Perhaps it's that aging spine as well. We change as we age. Perhaps it's the end of the day after you've been sat all day. Sadly, that spine starts to, as you're seeing here, it starts to make you shorter and shorter, because sadly what you'll find is your discs, they start to dehydrate. So what you need to do is rely on that spine, those joints, and temporarily you can with a Teeter table, allowing you to get that back and that spine into a better, more comfortable position, potentially providing temporary relief to your back and strains and to stress, and rehydrating, of course, those discs. Now, we're not alone.
This is what it's all about.
Because we have got Kelly with us on exactly what we were telling you about, which of course is our Teeter table.
And look at the control that Kelly's got. We are going to speak to Kelly in a few moments' time. Kelly we've worked with for many years, a personal trainer, expert in fitness, but this is what it's about, that level of decompression that you can get with a Teeter table.
And a decompression that you can't do with just regular stretching. This really is allowing you to stretch that spine just so beautifully. And when you see that in action, we'll talk you more through it throughout the whole of the show. But the absolute truth to this is this has been a life-changing product to so many people. So many people truly believe it's given them their life back. It's given them their back, and that's what it's all about. So what we should do perhaps
well, should we take a listen to what a few people who use the Teeter table have to say?
Definitely.
When I first saw the Teeter on TV, I wasn't quite sure about it. I almost thought it was a gimmick. I had no idea that the Teeter was going to be that effective on me. I was amazed with the very first day I used it, it was day and night difference for me. Felt like I was recharged, energetic, and ready to go back out and do whatever I was doing earlier that day. The more I use it, the more I enjoy it, and the more I think it helps me.
It's very relaxing, it's very centering. I sleep through the night, I don't wake up constantly. I'm not afraid to take a dance class or to take a yoga class, you know. I feel like I can do normal activities that other people my age are doing, and that gives me hope.
To describe the way it feels when you actually use the Teeter is just pure freedom of knowing that something in your back is getting better. Everything says that this seems like it should be wrong, but it feels so right.
When I got my Teeter, that's when it all changed for me. And the more I worked my back, the more relief my back gave me. And that's when I knew that this machine really works. It's so simple and yet so effective. If it wasn't for the Teeter, I wouldn't be the person I am today. It put the smile back on my face.
It is this smooth, just seamless machine. Having my back feel good on a regular basis is priceless. You know, age is just, it really is just a number. It's how you feel. I feel like I gained like 10 years back onto my life. You know, I feel like, hey, you know, I can be in my dance class with 20-somethings and feel good again, you know.
It is so great to hear people's stories, and perhaps you know of someone that spoke about inversion, perhaps someone's recommended it to you and you're just wondering, and the price we've got today for you to have this in your home to use as and when is incredible.
Whenever you need it. Now the normal price that we would sell it at is just under £500. We shopped around for you to see the kind of prices you've got. You can see at Natural Living £552, at Robert Dyer's £474, just shy of a penny. Back Care Online we're looking at £479. Think Sport £382, just shy of a penny. Same as Health and Care However, our special price comes down to less than £300. If you want to use PayPal Pay in £302.65. Now, if you've not shopped before, you just need the item number 240131. Be quick, because we don't have as much stock as we would like. On the website, you will find everything we have on the show. It's going to be a busy night ahead. We've got the Teeter table, a brand new option, this Teeter table that we've got for you.
We have got as well our sauna in stock. Now,
Yes.
that sauna, oh my word, disappeared in stock so quickly every time we have it on a show. It's indoor, outdoor. It's incredible value for money. It heats up so quickly. And to me, it's better than a regular sauna. It's only your own little private
It's your own
sauna
space.
as well. But you must order that really quickly whilst the stock is there, because we are super low in stock.
And we've also got a corded, cordless skipping rope. If you're limited on space and you want to do your skipping exercise, you can skip anywhere with this rope. It records the amount of skips you do. It records the time that you're working on. $24.99. Again, a brilliant price there. Great fitness. You'll see all the details for it
And you
just there
don't
on
need
the
any
web.
space at all
No.
for that. It's phenomenal. Great for the whole family as well. At $24.99, I think a great holiday gift as well.
Yeah,
You
it
have
is.
that holiday game to
Yeah.
take on holiday.
Yeah, for you all
But
to do, yeah.
Grab it while the stock is there, but please be quick tonight, because I think we're going to have a really super busy show. But shall we start at the very beginning?
Yes.
Because you might be at home thinking, oh my goodness, this is Kelly that you saw upside down, who's a very dear friend of ours. You might be thinking, I think I've heard of Inversion. What is all
What
this
was
about?
she doing?
Yeah,
What
What was she
why was
doing
she on her
hanging
head?
upside down? You know, what benefit is that going to give her? But, you know, inversion is something that's been around a long time. Teeter's been around 43 years, and they are the gold standard of inversion tables. But we can see what was happening when I was hanging upside down there. We can see what was happening is we were harnessing the benefits of gravity to stretch and decompress the spine. So creating that space around the vertebrae, taking the pressure off the discs so that they can rehydrate, but also if you've got kind of any nerves that might be feeling a little bit pinched, to create that space and take that pressure off the spine.
I think lots of people do struggle, don't they, with
do.
their back, because obviously we're stood all day, we're sitting all day. That pressure on our back.
Well, let's think about it. You know, from the moment we get up in the morning, what's happening is we've got that gravity compressing down on the
Pulling us
spine.
downwards,
Or
yeah.
you know, we start about an inch or two taller, don't we? In
Yes.
the morning.
Yeah, we do.
And
Well,
then
in the car, you'll change the mirror at the end of the day. won't you? 'Cause
Exactly.
you shrunk. You're like, how's that?
that's exactly what happens, because we've got that pressure being pushed down and loading the body throughout the day. And then we don't help it with lifestyle factors. So we're sitting more than ever. We are also maybe posture isn't great.
We're looking at phones, we're looking at
Yeah,
tablets, we're hunched
absolutely.
over a
Tech head.
computer.
And sadly, we're ageing at the same time.
And as we age, what happens is we lose that strength into our muscles. We also find that we lose the flexibility into the discs and that
you
cushioning.
can see that in between the discs, they're very close together.
You can see that it's lost the fluid. So using inversion, what happens when we are upside down is basically we're allowing those discs to refill with fluid. So they become their lovely kind of full cushioned self, instead of when we've got compression acting on us all day, they're getting smaller and smaller and smaller and flatter and flatter and less flexible.
You do struggle with your
I
back.
do, and this is my personal
And what did
experience.
you
me
just
too.
do in the dressing room after you'd been on it?
I've been like this.
He's like, look at me.
Look what I can do.
Now, look at me.
Paul, our director's like, what's happened to you?
I
Look.
said, we're going to have to get one, aren't we? But the great thing is there's so much knowledge behind this. We're massively busy on
Already.
this. And please do check those baskets through. Already 10% in baskets. It is going to be as long as the stock is there, so please be quick.
We brought this in back. I think we introduced this model, which is the premium deluxe model,
Yes.
in February.
So you've got premium extras as well. with
We've
this.
got premium extras, and I'll talk you through it in a minute, but this was back in February. We haven't been able to bring you stock of it since then because it flew out of the door.
So easy to use, so easy to have in your home as well. It does fold down, and we'll give you the measurements for that, allowing you to store it away, but allowing you so easily to have the knowledge of inversion in your home. And it is the knowledge that I think is so important with this Teeter table, because Teeter, they are an amazing brand, aren't they?
They're the gold standard of inversion equipment.
Teeter is Roger Teeter, isn't it?
So
The
Roger Teeter and his wife introduced this they originally brought the first table to the world back in, I think it was 1981. So for 43 years, they have been bringing us just the best of equipment. Roger came to this because he was a water skier. He was really athletic, and what he found is he was really struggling with backache, not just backache, debilitating back issues, and he needed to find a solution.
He couldn't do the things he loved doing.
Exactly,
it was stopping him. His back was stopping him living and stopping him living the life he wanted to lead. And perhaps that's you at home. So we'll listen to his story, and you might understand then what a difference this could make.
As an engineer, I knew I could design a more comfortable and easier way to invert right in your own home. So my wife and I started this company in 1981. Over the years, we made more than 100 innovations to that first table of mine.
The inversion made such a difference in freeing up my life, you know, not just for skiing, but to have a life again with the family.
Roger definitely practices what he preaches. He inverts daily, sometimes twice a day. He's 77 years old now, and he's still as active as he was when he was younger. He's as active as many men half his age, and credits inversion for helping him to be able to do the things he does at his age.
So many people say it's so great, but so many people say freeing up my life, freeing up my back.
Do you know what? You know, Teeter talk about the fact that it is creating that freedom again. It's about taking care of your back and taking care of your spine, taking care of your body, because it's about stretching out, lengthening, taking the pressure off the muscles, or not just the spine, but across the body. And it's a simple way to do it, because you don't have to think about it. All you've got to do, there are 3 steps in terms of getting you set up on your Teeter table. Very simple. Comes 85% assembled. Brilliant. Also, it comes with its own app, which is the Teeter built app. So if you're somebody like myself who needs to see a video and doesn't like instructions, it does have a very thorough instruction guide with it. But if you like 3D videos and you want to step through it, that's the way that everything is within that app.
Great.
But the one thing that the 3 things you have to follow when you're going to go on here, and I'm actually going to put you on it.
I'm excited. I had to go before the show.
I think it's good as well, because height-wise,
this is it.
So different in height, different in weight, and this takes up to 21.4 stone, doesn't it?
It does, exactly. But a height of up to 6'6" as well.
Right.
So from 4'8", I think, to 6'6". So it's, you know, it's for all sizes.
So for all families
and
as
all
well.
The family.
So it's not just for one person.
No.
It could be for you, for your partner.
For the whole family can use it.
And my whole family use it. My husband uses it. My children can't, but you know, they can't wait to get on it. Obviously, I supervise my 14-year-old on it, but my 19-year-old also has a few twinges in his back, and he just uses it to stretch out after exercise. Yeah, and they're in that rounded position.
Let's get me on it.
Let's get you on it. So the first thing you do, the first thing in order into the setup process is you need to set the height.
Right, we've done that, haven't we?
We've done that already, but just to show people, there's just a little pin on the side there, and all you do is adjust the shaft to the height that you need to. Now, the height levels are really clearly shown on there.
On the bar?
On the actual bar itself. So you just make sure that you've got the right height for you. Now, you may need to adjust that slightly, maybe 1 or 2 inches.
And we did, didn't we?
Either way. And that is because, Sean, why?
My showgirl legs.
Sean has got showgirl legs.
They go right up to here.
I think that's what Kelly said.
I think he added that that himself. But I'm going with it, Sean.
So most of my weight is...
We've got different, sometimes your body's longer than your legs.
This is
sometimes your
it.
legs
So
are longer
Sean's
than your
legs are
body.
longer, his body is shorter.
Yeah.
We want 50-50 in terms of the pivot
Right, so
point.
to get the balance.
Because that's going to give us that precision balance.
And you can play around with that and work out how that's going to work.
So what we worked out was Sean is you're 6 foot
6'3", 6'4".
6'3", 6'4". So we took him down to 6'1", and that was the right place for him to get that right control and that easy rotation. So we've set that up. The next thing you have to do is just make sure you've got the right angle in terms of the tether strap.
Now, the tether strap is brilliant because this will stop you if you don't want to go all the way back.
This
it allows you to start just at a slight incline.
So what you've got is that strap there that is marked. It's got markers on there in terms of 20, 40 and 60 degrees. When you first start, always start with 20 degrees, get used to it. It's got a little D-ring at the back there, a carabiner clip, clips through there, and it won't go any further than the angle that you preset.
Yeah.
Now, we have set it onto 60 degrees for you, so because I know you've used it once before.
Yeah.
He's had
So
a
let's
practice.
get you on it.
Okay.
Now, the next thing you need to do is just get yourself into the ergo embrace kind of locking system, ankle locking system.
And I love this. This is really superior, isn't it, this locking
So
system?
this is another one of the premium kind of features that you've got here. Now, first of all, you've got that patented ergo embrace system, which are the foam cups that fit perfectly around the ankle. You want to make sure that the small of your ankle is in place. You've also got the comfort dial at the bottom, which lifts. You can have that on low or medium.
Right.
And that will lift or lower your ankles to make sure they're comfortably in the
It does
cups.
vary with what shoes you wear as well, because I've got like a thicker sole on mine. So
Yeah,
I
that's going to lift you. That's going to lift you a little bit more. You do want to make sure that you've got shoes where it's not going to obscure the locking system. So have like normal trainers where you can lace them up.
Okay, yeah.
Now, what the other feature that we've just seen Sean demonstrate for us so beautifully was that we've got that amazing longer lever handle there, which means that you don't have to bend down.
Right down to the
your
feet. Yeah, it's just here.
And I love it. It feels so secure.
And that's,
you hear it click in place and you're like, sorted.
and it's also got that micro adjustment in there, Hayley, as well.
Yes, so you can get it right, really
so it's
precise.
It's really snug around the ankles. Now, this is why this Teeter has been given that UL certification, so the Underwriters Laboratory certification, because it was mostly to do with this component and how superior it is. So what I'm going to get you now to do, bend the legs a little bit.
Okay.
And you're just going to lay your back onto the actual Flex Tech bed. Now that's going to feel nice and gentle anyway. Now you are in complete control here, Sean, because this will move as your arms go back, because you're controlling it with your arms. So you can see as one arm goes back, he's starting to lower. Now you might feel that you're further back than you actually are right now, but you're actually only horizontal. So as that arm goes further overhead,
But
you've got such control.
if I want to come back up,
So
I
let's-
move my arm.
let's
don't I?
practice oscillating.
That's
So-
quite nice to do that, first of all, isn't it? Rather than go all the way, just
Yeah.
go a little way and then bring yourself back.
And I would always say start on 20 degrees.
Yeah.
First week or two, start on 20 degrees, familiarise yourself with it. Next few weeks, go to 40 and then build up to 60. Now, when your arms go fully overhead, that's when we're going to see Sean at that 60 degrees. And that is Sean, that's your magic angle.
Yeah.
Because this is when we've got zero pressure on the spine.
Oh my goodness.
So right now, that animation that we saw earlier, where you saw that complete stretch through the spine.
That's what's happening.
Where you saw everything being rejuvenated, those discs being hydrated, the tension being taken off the muscles, the body realigning temporarily, all of those things are happening.
And we're seeing that right here, and this is just what we've seen Sean doing, and that's exactly what is happening. So it's stretching out that spine.
Stretching out the spine, taking the pressure off the spine. So remember what we said about we've got compression acting on the body all day, loading all of our muscles, loading our joints, loading the discs. What we want to do is give it a break. Allow it to kind of rehydrate, allow it to remove that pressure of it, so we can realign the body, so that we can rehydrate those discs, so they become those lovely cushioned discs that do their job of being a shock absorber, and also then allowing the tension to come out of the muscles.
And it's helped so many people get on with their lives, do the things that they want to be able to do, because it temporarily does stretch out that spine. It does help with that decompression. It does help with rehydrating those joints. It's an incredible product. There's some incredible people that absolutely love this, and you, I think, will be one of them. Stock-wise, I'm just hearing so super busy. You must check your baskets through. It's only as long as the stock is there. We got as much stock as we could, but we haven't had it in stock since February.
And I don't know when we're going to get stock of it again.
So please, massive saving, and a product that for so many has been, well, take a look, life-changing.
When I first saw the Teeter on TV, I wasn't quite sure about it. I almost thought it was a gimmick. I had no idea that the Teeter was going to be that effective on me. I was amazed with the very first day I used it. It was day and night difference for me. Felt like I was recharged, energetic, and ready to go back out and do whatever I was doing earlier that day. The more I use it, the more I enjoy it, and the more I think it helps me.
It's very relaxing, it's very centering. I sleep through the night, I don't wake up constantly. I'm not afraid to take a dance class or to take a yoga class. You know, I feel like I can do normal activities that other people my age are doing, and that gives me hope.
To describe the way it feels when you actually use the Teeter is just pure freedom of knowing that something in your back is getting better. Everything says that this seems like it should be wrong, but it feels so right.
When I got my Teeter, that's when it all changed for me. And the more I worked my back, the more relief my back gave me. And that's when I knew that this machine really works. It's so simple and yet so effective. If it wasn't for the Teeter, I wouldn't be the person I am today. It put the smile back on my face.
It is this smooth, just seamless machine. Having my back feel good on a regular basis is priceless. You know, age is just, it really is just a number. It's how you feel. I feel like I gained like 10 years back onto my life. You know, I feel like, hey, you know, I can be in my dance class with the 20-somethings and feel good again, you know.
I love that, dancing with the 20-somethings, feeling good again.
Nice.
And that's what it's all about. And price-wise, oh my word, 20% of the entire stock. And it is down to what the product can do and the amazing price we've got. Hasn't been in stock with us since February. Take a look at the deals you're getting, because it's all about getting this home and having it in your home to use as and when you want to. First thing in the morning when you get up and perhaps your back just doesn't feel right. After you've been stood all day or sat all day in an office or travelling. You can see here prices normally £552, £474 practically, £479, £382. Our deal, amazing saving. Our regular price, practically £500 down to £299.99. Now you can use PayPal Pay in 3. And if you can imagine the difference this could make to your back, that is 3 payments of £102.65. I know so many people, my dad would have loved this, worked as a builder, really struggled with his back, doctors could never help him. This would have been something he would love. And that's why, to temporarily help decompress the spine, to temporarily realign the spine and the joints, perhaps it's your hips, perhaps it's your shoulders, to help the discs and temporarily rehydrate as well. So those actual discs that we saw that get closer and closer together as we age, as we stand through the day, we shrink, actually allowing you to stretch those out and rehydrate that area, and also helps to relax tense muscles. You've got incredible value for money, and you've got incredible technology as well. The Flex technology and the technology behind Fit Spine ×3, this is what you're looking, is all about how it's been designed. That super smooth surface, so it stops that friction, allows you to slide down that actual bed, so giving you that fantastic stretch. Incredible technology as well, making sure that you're super safe in those ankles, and they are super comfortable as well. And of course you've got that great storage, which we will tell you all about. But what I will say is shop really smartly. 20% of that stock, incredible saving. 3 payments, you can split that cost, and it is a product for so many, could be life-changing. But if you haven't seen it in action before, Should we have a little look exactly what you're getting and how it works? Because I really truly think this is going to allow you to see what you're getting, how it works, how easy it is to set up, and allows you then to understand what a difference this can make to your everyday.
Get your happy back with a popular FitSpine X3 featuring the deluxe Easy Reach ankle system and extra long handles with additional traction grips to maximize your stretch. The smooth FlexTech table design encourages your spine to decompress and elongate better than on any other inversion table surface. And the 8-point floating suspension system moves with you, so you can flex, twist, and stretch with absolute ease. Plus, attach the bonus lumbar bridge to help target the lower back and square misaligned hips. Place acupressure nodes anywhere on the tracks for targeted trigger point relief at 4 varied intensities. The large Stretch Max handles offer added support and are optimally placed on the frame to help you twist and stretch. The Easy Stretch traction handles enhance your decompression at lesser angles of inversion. With a long handle that reduces the need to bend, the stainless steel Deluxe Easy Reach ankle lock system micro adjusts for a perfect fit and features a secondary locking mechanism that engages when you invert. Ergo Embrace ankle supports are engineered to wrap comfortably around your ankles with thick foam to evenly distribute pressure and a hard outer shell to ensure security. Just set it, lock it, recline and relax. Teeter Precision Balancing gives you total control with minimal effort, using simple arm movements to shift your body weight and return upright. Pre-select your angle of inversion with the adjustable Easy Angle tether with guides to 20, 40, or 60 degrees, or remove the tether and lock out in full inversion for advanced stretching and exercise. With the free Teeter Move app, you get subscription-free inversion coaching to help you feel better and move better every day. Access getting started tutorials, guided inversion sessions, and more. Rated up to 300 pounds user capacity. With a 4x safety factor up to 1,200 pounds, the Teeter X3 adjusts for users between 4 feet 8 inches and 6 feet 6 inches and easily folds for compact storage. With heat-treated high-gauge steel and key components, Teeter inversion tables are built to last. Unlike some brands that cut costs with low-quality materials susceptible to fatigue, Teeter inversion tables are safety certified by UL and outperform the competition in comparison testing for quality, endurance, and rotation.
240131 is your item number. If you want to go for this, it's such a brilliant price. Remember our usual price, just shy of 500. At Natural Living, 552. At Robert Dyer's, 474, just shy of a penny. At Back Hair Online, 479. And at Think Sport and Healthcare, they've got a great price, just shy of £382. However, we are under £300. Just put in your search engine the benefits of inversion and you will be amazed. Now, almost a third of the stock is in baskets.
And you were meant to say 25%.
I was.
And it's gone to a third of the stock in just those last couple of seconds.
£102.65 if you want to use PayPal Pay in 3. If you have any questions, get in touch with the studio at shopontv.co.uk. But we've got to mention the sauna that we've got. 10% of the stock here is already gone. This is an indoor-outdoor sauna. And we heard an article the other day, and then I saw an article in the paper about saunas being so good even when it's this hot. It said improving your thermoregulation. Regular sauna sessions train your body to handle the heat more efficiently. So exposing yourself to high temperatures in the sauna, your body becomes better at cooling itself down, making the summer heat more tolerable. How great is that? Having a sauna in your home, indoor or outdoor, this just goes into the corner of your home.
It is fantastic, really easy to assemble as well. And look up the benefits of a sauna, what it says about your health, how relaxation, sleep, stress, skin. Honestly, absolutely phenomenal after exercise, but really great to relax those muscles and to relax you. You can even put as well those fabulous sort of essential oils in there.
Yes.
You know, if your nose
Lovely
feels a little bit blocked.
Decongestant.
Yes.
But this is it, or relaxation if you're using it at night time.
Oh yeah, so many
Brilliant.
people say it makes such a difference to sleep, but 10% of that stock has sold out and gone. That might actually go before we even get time to show it you live in the studio, but we will try and show you live in the studio as well. Now the great thing is you've talked Sean through this, but we were just saying there's a really lovely app.
Yeah.
It really is so helpful.
And that's
too.
what I love about this. You know, Teeter's whole saying is, we've got your back.
Yeah, I like that.
And they really have on so many levels in terms of the quality, the safety, the assurances that they give. You know, there's a 5-year guarantee on this, but also when you get this home, you are not on your own. So you have got that built app, which is going to show you exactly how to put it together, but also what they've given us is an app which is called the Move app.
Yes.
And on that Move app are so many videos that are showing you how to do different inversion techniques, how little different inversion workouts, little stretch workouts as well. So, you know, really allowing you to get the most out of your inversion table, because they are so passionate about inversion. They're so passionate about it, and they want us all to feel those amazing benefits. I'm lucky enough to have actually worked for the Teeter brand in the UK, and so I've spoken to customers and heard firsthand the benefits that they've got from it. I also spoke to the team in America, and they all are so super passionate about it.
The stories are fabulous. To have
They
a
really
product
are.
that can
It's a
make such
family
difference.
business as well.
That's it, which is lovely. But that passion behind it from Roger, designed it very much for himself, because he was having issues with his back, and he really felt that, well, his life had stopped. He couldn't do the things he loved to do.
Well, he was a really active man. You know, he was a water skier. He was an athlete. He was somebody that really, you know, enjoyed movement and enjoyed physical activity.
And we're seeing Roger here, which
There
is
he
fabulous.
is.
And he designed this originally, was it when he first brought one out in 1981?
1981. So over 40 years, Teeter has been around. And Teeter are the #1. They are globally recognised. They are the gold standard of inversion
It's
tables.
quality, isn't it? The build quality is fantastic.
This is using heat-treated steel, and every Teeter table is using the best quality materials.
What did Roger do?
He was an engineer, but it was in aeroplanes.
Yeah,
so in terms of knowing the materials that are gonna last,
The quality.
and the quality that you need, he's kind of used that same knowledge, and he used that same knowledge and put it into the Teeter tables. Now, unfortunately, you know, Roger passed away a few years ago now. But even up until a few years ago,
he was still doing shows. He was coming to the UK and doing shows.
He was still coming to do shows. He was going fully upside down, 90 degrees.
And doing sit-ups.
Doing full sit-ups. Full sit-ups. So not just a small crunch. That's your next thing, Sean, I'm going to get you to do. Not just a little crunch, but being able to bring his whole body up so that he touched his toes. Because that's the other thing that you can do with this. We're not going to show you this at this point, but you can detach the tether strap. You can go into full inversion, where you are completely hanging up upside down at 90 degrees. I'm hearing that might be something I have to do.
You might be doing that later.
It sounds like that's a me job. But also that allows you then to not only stretch the back out, take the pressure off the spine, but then you can strengthen the core at the same time by doing those core activities, doing those core workouts. So you have got a great all-round machine. But let's not forget what it's doing. Whilst Sean is just gently relaxing, and this is a non-invasive, natural way for you to stretch your body, right now his discs are being rehydrated, because it's allowing that blood flow and that fluid to get back into the discs. What it's doing is decompressing the spine, creating space between the vertebrae. It's allowing the muscles the tension to come out of the muscles.
We're seeing that in the animation. So what was happening to Sean is what we're seeing here.
It's what we're seeing there. And just imagine if you are somebody that finds that you have pressure on that area, and we know that what can happen is then nerves can get pinched. That can be incredibly uncomfortable for people. So by this kind of position, the decompression, it allows us temporarily to take the pressure off those nerve roots.
You actually feel taller. don't you, after you've got off this, because it's like it stretched your body to what it was.
You're realigning your spine, and just on that, I'm just going to bring in my little friend.
And remember as well, you don't have to spend hours on here, do we? We only need to spend a few minutes.
This is the thing. So when you first start, you spend one to 2 minutes on here, and no more.
Can you use it a few times a day? Or just once a day?
No, you can use it a few times a day. It's more about the frequency of use than the duration of time.
Right, so you'd be better perhaps in the morning, have a stretch.
And maybe in the evening.
Yeah, perfect.
Now remember, in the morning, as we are decompressing and as we're inverting, what we're also doing is getting blood flow to the area, blood flow to the brain as well, and oxygen to the brain. So it might wake you up a little bit. But I just wanted, I'm going to step to the side a little bit. So we can see here, this is obviously a spine. And you can see here that we've got the actual vertebrae on the back there. On the front, we've got the discs. And in between those little yellow things are the nerve roots.
Right.
So what happens with that compression?
It's going onto those nerves.
It's pushing down, which is then pushing down on the discs. That's when we're losing that fluid within the disc, because all day that pressure and that compression is acting on those discs so that we're losing that fluid. And what happens then is we can end up with bulging discs and pressure on the actual nerves. And you can see there's a little red one, almost a little red kind of thing here. That is your bulging, that's what happens. That's your kind of bulging disc.
Right.
So by being able to realign, using gravity the other way to its advantage.
Is a natural stretch, but you're just just going that little bit further because you have got that table, and that's allowing you to sort of realign, I guess.
What we're doing now is we're using gravity to its advantage.
Yes.
So we're just stretching everything out. We're taking the pressure off all of those areas. We're allowing everything to come back into alignment, and we're allowing it to just gently take any of that discomfort out short term.
And it's not just the wear and tear of a day, standing all day, sitting all day, or looking down at your phone all day. It's also aging, of course. As we age, you see a lot of people now much short. My mum is much shorter than she was, a little bit stooped now.
Well, what happens is, with age we lose strength, so we lose muscle from the age of 30. So we haven't got the muscles that are keeping us upright. We also have that degeneration of the spine and the discs with age, and we're losing that cushioning. So that again brings us forward, and it's just part of the aging process. But we can keep our spine healthy. It's like brushing your teeth.
I love that.
It's a daily,
and it is 1-2 minutes. It is just like brushing your teeth. Perhaps first thing in the morning you get up and it's first thing in the morning, you don't feel right. Imagine being able to at home very simply get on your Teeter table and stretch that spine out. So starting your day so much fun.
I love the control you have, Kelly.
It's really smooth, and that's the thing. I'm just going to pop this down for a second.
The thing really, you've used it once before, Sean, haven't you?
Oh my goodness,
but the control is so easy, isn't it?
And this has been engineered.
The one thing I was Kelly. The one thing I was concerned about is getting back up, but you've got such control, haven't you?
And it's just your arms.
Yeah, and the fact you've got these handles, the previous machines I've worked with.
You've got different features that really just give you that confidence. I think, in the whole precision kind of build of it is about you being able to use your arms to rotate smoothly. And you can see that if you get the height set up right, and within the instruction guides, it absolutely shows you exactly how to do that.
And you actually feel it as well. If you're not going back like anything, actually, I need to just alter
the height
it's
or the pivot
balance
point.
Sort of central in your body. So when you put your arms back like Sean does, it does take you back.
Yeah, you want to be 50-50.
Yeah.
So if you've got really long legs and a shorter body, you're going to want to shorten it from your height, maybe 1 or 2 inches, so that you're giving more length to the top half of your body. And then if it's it's the other way round, then obviously you're going to get more length to the lower half.
And so there's a great app as well to talk you through everything and to give you ideas of exercises and how to use it as well. Price-wise, we're market beating. The deal is phenomenal. Stock-wise, it's absolutely flying. 40% now of the stock already gone. You need to check your baskets out. You know what happens when we were limited on stock, which we are. It's taken us since February to get this stock in, but it's not the stock we would have liked to have, but it's the stock we've managed to get. Sadly, we sit into a bit of a position where what can happen is we'll have more people ordering than stock is in your baskets, because you know our system, when it goes into your basket, it isn't yours to keep. So we could have 10 left. And it won't be long, I don't think, till we've got 10 left. And then there could be 210 of you with it in baskets, because it's still ours. So you could all check out at the same time and 200 of you could miss out. You desperately need to check those baskets through. With that peace of mind, you're buying absolute quality, that you've got a market-beating deal, and also you've got a product. Do your own research. Look at, you know, how inversion can help. How does inversion help my back? What is inversion about? Go on the benefits of inversion on the internet, and you go down that list. There's lots of things we sadly
so many things
can't say, but for so many, this has been a life-changing product. If you really do suffer with your back and you think, I wish I could find something to make a little bit of difference, to make my day a little bit easier, look at inversion and see what it says and see if you feel it's going to be right for you. Then look at our price and honestly get it into your basket, because price-wise, our regular price, well, you can see here, normally practically £500, and you're seeing prices elsewhere, so our price is amazing. 552, we've got 474 practically, 479. The best price is Think Sport and Healthcare, Health and Care, so 381.99. We have got an amazing price, and it is an amazing price because this is the FitSpine times 3. We are talking a deluxe version with superior features as well, which we will talk you through, and you're getting that for £299.99. And then you've got PayPal, pay in 3, £102.65. That's the first of those 3 payments, allowing you then to have this technology in your home. And when you look at the 5-star reviews, for so many people, it has been life-changing.
Well, take a look at this one. I've considered buying a Teeter table for some time. It's a considered investment. I'm glad I finally did. After only 1 week, I can feel the benefit, and I intend to carry on using it forever if necessary. Highly recommended. If you want to add this in, now is the time. 240131, just getting busier and busier. I really enjoyed using the inversion table, and I'm slowly adapting to full inversion. It really helps with my stiff shoulders and lower back, and I feel my posture is improving. I was pleased with the quick delivery as well. Obviously, we never make any claims. These are people's individual results, but it's all about those results. I've been on it for, this is the 2nd show I've done. I don't think I've inverted as far as I've inverted today.
No, you've done more today than you've done in the past.
And this is just my experience. I can feel a real difference.
I feel like you're taller, actually. I like that. You're looking taller. Don't forget, it has got a 5-year warranty as well. It's got a 5-year warranty because of the build quality, which is incredible, and that build quality gives you that peace of mind that you know you have got something that's going to work just beautifully for you.
Well, I think when you're hanging upside down by your ankles, you want to be sure that every single component is safe and secure. And remember, this is FDA registered as a grade 1 medical device. Look online and see what that means. We can't talk about it. It's an American registration, but it talks about the different things that it can help. But also this is certified by the Underwriters Laboratory. Now that means that it's gone through rigorous testing to make sure that it's of the highest of safety standards.
I think this is a really important point to bring home, because what you just said then, you're hanging upside down, you've got to be secure, you've got to be safe.
You've got to be confident.
And that's it, you've got to have that confidence to do it, and you have, because as soon as you lock those ankle, I love that design, it just feels so secure.
Absolutely, I feel that my ankles are completely secure, but they're also really comfortable. But the thing is, this with the actual kind of third-party certification that we're talking about, the safety standards, This was tested on, it was 30,000 rotations.
Wow.
And that's because this is obviously the materials used are heat treated steel.
Yeah.
A lot of the other kind of inversion tables are standard steel. So, and that's because of the background of Roger Teeter and the kind of materials that he would have used in kind of aviation.
So he was an aircraft engineer.
An aircraft engineer.
It's incredible, isn't it?
But also this went to, you know, the Teeter, when it was going through the rigorous testing, it actually went to 40,000 rotations.
Wow.
Before they stopped it and said, okay, I think it's doing
we're
enough.
okay.
I think you've shown us that this is safe and secure. But you know, this is what you need. You need to know that it's strong, that it's durable, that it's safe. You've got the 5-year guarantee that you talked about.
And you can see there how you're getting that incredible stretch, and that's what it's all about the fact that it can temporarily help decompress the spine. It can temporarily realign the spine and joints. It can help with the discs and temporarily rehydrate those discs. It can help to relax the tense muscles, and that's what it's all about, giving you that relief, that release of your spine, allowing so many people to get on with their everyday, but in a much better way.
And it's so well known, inversion. Obviously, if you're checking with your GP, if you're starting something new, we always say that, or your medical practitioner.
Absolutely.
And if you do have any medical conditions, always check with your GP or your medical practitioner. But the fact that you can go online and you can put in that little search box the benefits of inversion, it's the first thing we did.
You will be blown away, because you will be like, wow, because there's so much we can't say. Kelly, can you get me on this so we can talk through how to get on it? And then, well, we'll show you, because I think it's nice to actually see it.
Absolutely.
From the start.
So what we'll do is we'll change the height slightly.
Okay,
what
that's
we
good.
decided
So
was
you know how to do that as well.
Again, your legs are slightly longer than mine, so we're going to shorten it a bit so that body.
Okay.
So I think we took it for you down 1 to 165.
Fabulous.
So it's just a little release pin at the back
there. So there's a little pin. All I did was release the pin and then just reduce the shaft.
Right.
Now, all of the height levels are actually marked on the actual shaft.
It's really clear, isn't it?
The height that you see is actually the height that you're
set at.
Set at, because sometimes you think that it's
one
maybe
up.
the one that's hidden.
Right, so the visual one.
But the visual one is the one that you see. So from here, we've already got the tether strap already sorted out. So all I want you to do is just step into it by holding on to the actual handles, so those traction handles.
Okay.
And then you're going to place your back into the actual Flex Tech bed. Place your ankles into position, and you've got those lovely kind of embargo embrace cups that are just kind of fitting perfectly into the rear of your ankle.
Comfortable as well.
Yeah.
And you have got 2 different heights, haven't you, on the foot?
Yeah, so what we've got is the comfort dial there. I had mine on a slightly higher. Now, you have got higher trainers, so I might lower that.
Lovely.
We'll see how I went from high to low.
As easy as that.
So now your ankle is going to fit perfectly in.
Because you want this to sit onto the ankle, don't you?
You do indeed.
And then it says push, so I guess I push.
Push it down, release it. And then because you've got that micro adjustment there.
Oh gosh, you can get it.
You can get it super snug.
Yeah, just where you again feeling so secure.
Our director Paul, when we were prepping, Paul made a really great point. You know the roller coasters, when you get on the roller coaster,
yes,
it comes over your head and it locks in place. It's a very similar sort of feel when you
hear
put
it
that down.
click.
You hear it, it's like that click of confidence, but also what you've got is like a second security kind of system in place, because as you go into that inversion, there's like a double safety system on there that clicks a second time.
Right.
So you'll kind of hear it as you go backwards. You'll feel how that
it locks
in even more.
Wow.
And the control is absolutely amazing. Hayley's very graceful on it. That's the years of dancing that she did. Look at that. She's got the lovely presentation.
Nice long arms.
Yes,
there. Nice long arms.
But I can really feel that on my shoulders as well, and it's my hips really
and this
that
is the thing.
struggle with, and I can feel the stretch in my hips.
And this is the thing, we're talking about the fact that it's taking pressure off the spine, but a lot of our muscles are muscles around the hips connecting to the lower back, our hip flexors,
in the,
It's all connected, isn't it?
our piriformis, our glutes, they all have connection points into those areas. So if we can stretch out those areas, also across the chest, across where we get tight across the chest, the shoulders, the back, the top of the neck, all of those muscles, all the spine kind of the muscles that run along the spine, but also the lumbar spine, like your QL. I'm not even going to try and say it as its main name, but the QL is one of the muscles that kind of commonly gets very, very tight. You're stretching that out while you're doing that.
And you can see, for me, it's control. There's no panic, there's no concern. You've literally got that complete control all within your arms. With this model, remember, you've got those extra handles for stability. And then you've also got the, what do you call this?
You've got the tether strap,
The tether
which
strap.
is marked by angle as well. So you will know what's 20, 40 or 60 degrees. You can take that off and go to 90 degrees when you're ready, if you're ready. But let's not forget that at 60 degrees angle, which is where the tether strap ends, that's when you're at that magic angle.
So that's where you're getting all the benefit.
You're getting zero pressure on the spine there, or near to zero pressure on the spine. You know, even when we're sleeping, we still have 25% of compression on the spine.
Gosh, really?
So we're never fully decompressing the spine without something like inversion.
You need to be at this angle to get that decompression. We do have an email from Bev in Plymouth. Bev was asking, does it fold up for storage and what size is it when it's not in use? Well, we can show you a picture, Bev, actually. Lovely to hear from you, Bev. You can see all the measurements actually are written on the details there for you. 51 by 73 by 178 centimetres. It folds for storage, as you can see there. So if you are limited on space, but what I would say is have it somewhere where you'll get it out and you'll use it every single day.
You know, Bev, mine is in my utility room when I haven't got it in my lounge. It's easy enough to open it back out. It's an A-frame.
Yeah, just...
It literally is a case of
it
closes up. I always have it so that it's slightly in that A-frame because that gives it the stability.
Right.
But I place it up against the wall and it doesn't get in the way. I just make sure the shaft of the height shaft is kind of pushed, so it's closed away, so it's as small as it can be.
And you can see in this animation that we show you all the benefits that you could gain by using the Teeter. It's a fabulous price we've got it for, and remember, well, oh my word, I've just heard almost, half the stock, 50% of the stock has gone now. So if you want to get this, please confirm your order and check out. If you want to add it into your basket, you still can. 240131. Price-wise, I just want to remind you, our usual price, £500. And we've shopped around elsewhere for you. We haven't found a price that touches ours today. Take a look. You can see it Naturally Living at Robert Dyer's, all 500, close to 552 at Natural Living. Robert Dyer's almost 474. Back Care Online 479. Think Sport and Healthcare £382, just shy of a penny. With us, not even £300, and with PayPal paying £102 and 65 pence if you use PayPal and you're paying online. 240131. We're getting busier and busier, and there's double the amount of people ordering now than have already ordered, so we are going to have to give you a couple of moments to check out. Hayley, as Hayley shows you, you can see she just guides and glides back up just there.
You're in such control, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And this is
just that arm movement, it's so calm.
This is the way it's been engineered. It's that precision balance. It's that all of these components work together to make it smooth and controlled and efficient and easy for you to be able to lower yourself down. You're using your arm movements to lower down. You're using your arm movements to bring you back up. At any point, if you felt that you needed a little bit more assistance, you've got those handles
they're
there.
great.
They're gonna
and bending the knees.
And bending the knees
Yeah.
just then brings you back up.
So good. And I love this. The footlock is fantastic. That just feels so secure.
It does, doesn't it?
It's just such a great feature, and I think, you know, we bring you great Teeter tables that are kind of you know, they are great in their own right, but this is the deluxe version.
It's got extra features, hasn't it?
And this is one of the extra
I love the footlock, like Hayley said. These handles, for me, the stability, the extra stability from the handles, if you like. It's such a great machine at a fabulous price.
And
Remember,
you just feel so... I feel tall.
It's funny, isn't it?
I'm like that.
Taller and aligned, don't
yes.
you? You know, you come off in that better postural
I think we all get a
position.
bit lazy, don't we, with how we stand. And actually, I think as well, when you stand correctly, I feel a bit slimmer.
This is it. We look better, we feel better, and especially if you are somebody that has been feeling that pressure on that area, to get a little bit of relief from there, just temporarily, just feels amazing.
And for so many, it has made such a difference, because we haven't sold 1 or 2 of these, have Teeter?
No, there's 3 million users. Globally, 3 million users.
And the fact you've got the app that'll guide you through everything, you've got the app that'll help you build, but it comes 85% assembled.
And I think once you've used it once, you'll think, gosh, it's so easy.
But you've got to check out, you've got to, in fact, we're going to move away for a couple of minutes so you can confirm your orders. Got lots of great products. Take advantage of the price, take advantage of PayPal. If you want to add it into your basket, 240131. It's a great deal on the Teeter.
Get your happy back with a popular FitSpine X3 featuring the deluxe Easy Reach ankle system and extra long handles with additional traction grips to maximize your stretch. The smooth FlexTech table design encourages your spine to decompress and elongate better than on any other inversion table surface. And the 8-point floating suspension system moves with you, so you can flex, twist, and stretch with absolute ease. Plus, attach the bonus lumbar bridge to help target the lower back and square misaligned hips. Place acupressure nodes anywhere on the tracks for targeted trigger point relief at 4 varied intensities. The large Stretch Max handles offer added support and are optimally placed on the frame to help you twist and stretch. The Easy Stretch traction handles enhance your decompression at lesser angles of inversion. With a long handle that reduces the need to bend, the stainless steel Deluxe Easy Reach ankle lock system micro-adjusts for a perfect fit and features a secondary locking mechanism that engages when you invert. Ergo Embrace ankle supports are engineered to wrap comfortably around your ankles with thick foam to evenly distribute pressure and a hard outer shell to ensure security. Just set it, lock it, recline and relax. Teeter Precision Balancing gives you total control with minimal effort, using simple arm movements to shift your body weight and return upright. Pre-select your angle of inversion with the adjustable easy angle tether with guides to 20, 40, or 60 degrees, or remove the tether and lock out in full inversion for advanced stretching and exercise. With the free Teeter Move app, you get subscription-free inversion coaching to help you feel better and move better every day. Access getting started tutorials, guided inversion sessions, and more. Rated up to 300 pounds user capacity. With a 4x safety factor up to 1,200 pounds, the Teeter X3 adjusts for users between 4 feet 8 inches and 6 feet 6 inches and easily folds for compact storage. With heat-treated high-gauge steel and key components, Teeter inversion tables are built to last. Unlike some brands that cut costs with low-quality materials susceptible to fatigue. Teeter inversion tables are safety certified by UL and outperform the competition in comparison testing for quality, endurance, and rotation control.
Wow,
Teeter makes the
60%
only
that stock
inversion
sold out
table.
and gone. Do jump onto our website, shopontv.co.uk, and pop that Teeter table into your basket. Remember, it's Fitz Spine times 3, but yes, 60%, 60 of the stock. Haven't had it since February. Market beating price, only as long as the stock is there. And please do have a look at the benefits of inversion. You'll understand then why this is so popular and how life-changing it can be and has been for so many people.
This is the deluxe version. The previous one we had, it was the same price.
Yeah, we've got the
and this
deluxe,
has got more
like
features.
the premium model, which is incredible for that price.
Absolutely. You're getting so much more for your money.
Excellent.
But also, just to say, in terms of the stock that you've got, it literally only arrived in this, it literally only arrived I think it was about a week and a half ago.
Gosh.
So again, we don't know when you're going to get more stock of it. So
brilliant.
once
Now's
it's
the
gone,
time
it's
to
gone.
get it.
And
Get it right now.
You're seeing what it actually does there. It's really helping stretch out that spine. But do look at the benefits of inversion. But please grab that and use, of course, PayPal, making it so affordable to get this home and make that difference to your every single day because it's there in your house. And talking about being there in your house or in your garden, oh my word,
great,
a quarter of the stock of our back-in-stock of our sauna has already sold out and gone. We have all fallen in love with it.
Do you know what I have to say? I'm really, really lucky. I know, but I've got both of those things. I've got a Teeter in the utility room that I take out and put when I want to use it and put it in the lounge. And I've got one of these in the bedroom. And I absolutely love the Vital Plus steam sauna.
Now, when you first brought it to us, I was like...
So excited to
We were a bit
I was a bit sceptical, to be honest.
if we're honest.
Yeah, because
But
we're
then when
used
I
to the
saw it-
traditional saunas, aren't we?
But knowing you and how enthusiastic you were about
I love it. Absolutely
Brilliant,
love it.
And how compact it is. Perhaps you've got a little gym room and you've got all your gym stuff. This could be, you know, all your sit-up things and all your exercise bikes and your treadmill. Pop
And
this in the
perfect
corner
for
room.
recovery.
Yes.
So, you know, this is the thing. This is why you tend to have saunas in gyms.
Yeah.
Because they aid recovery. They increase
I like
the
to
blood.
stretch after exercise.
You're heating up your muscles, which means that then they're going to be less tension on the muscles. We're also increasing endorphin release, which means that if you have got a little bit of that DOMS after delayed onset muscle syndrome after you've worked out, this is going to, you know, endorphins are your natural pain relief, aren't they?
Yeah.
But also, as you said, when the muscles are warmer, it's nicer
Great.
to stretch.
And it's
Absolutely.
easy to set up. We just saw the
So
setup there.
easy.
It's lightweight. It's easy to set up and take down. So maybe you want to take it with you when you go away.
Perhaps you've got a little
Inside,
holiday place.
outside.
Yeah, well, that's the great thing. If you've got perhaps a hot tub outside, it could be outside by the hot tub, on your decking, it could be on a patio, but then it could be in the spare room.
Well, it only weighs 12.5 kilograms.
Balcony.
So you can move this around your home as you like. It is absolutely brilliant. I love the shape of it. I remember Rob mentioned it was almost like the Superman logo. Did we say that before, David?
Oh, yes.
The shape of it was like the Superman logo, but what it means is it sits perfectly
Right
into the
into a
corner of your
corner,
room.
doesn't it? Yeah.
So it's not going to overtake it, but it's the quality of this actual steam sauna.
How simple it is to use as well, and we'll talk you through that. They were just adding essential oils, which I think is a really nice idea.
What a lovely idea.
In a steam room.
But also it's quite, you know, we know that when we're using a sauna and whether it's a steam, whether it's a dry sauna, what we're doing then when we're sitting down, we're almost regulating our stress levels as well because we're breathing a little bit slower and to add some nice essential oils, it just is quite mindful,
At
isn't
night
it?
it could be lavender, couldn't it, to help you perhaps sleep a little bit better. But do look at the benefits of a sauna because you will be blown away about the health benefits, the sleep benefits, stress, skin, relaxation. You said about it being beautifully made. The materials that have been used are fabulous.
Well, what you've got is you've got that ThermoShield cover on there. So underneath what we've got is we've got fiberglass pole framed there. So really easy for you to put together. You know, the instruction guide is super, super clear and easy. I managed to put it together with my husband. When I say we, it was him, but I watched.
You were there.
I was there. I was championing to do it. But
I should mention a third of the entire stock of this, and it's the first time we've come over to it, has sold out and gone, and we haven't had it in stock since February.
Comes with the chair as well. Comes with the
with the mat, comes with the sweat-resistant mat, comes with the little chair that you can sit on. It's a height of 190 centimetres, which allows somebody who's 6'4" to comfortably be in there. Sean, do you want
Shall
to
I
step in and
Matt?
show?
Why not? Why not?
Our model.
This is a great thing. We were saying it's compact, but
it's like a TARDIS.
It's not
inside.
claustrophobic.
It's not claustrophobic.
It seems much bigger.
Shall we shut
inside.
him
Close him
in,
in.
Hayley? Shall we shut him in?
Yeah, let's shut him in. Now, the good thing is...
You have actually got a
zip
zip
on each side, isn't it? So he can get out if he wants to.
But he can get out if he wants to, as you just said. So you are in complete control here. But what you've got, as we said, you've got fiberglass glass poles. You haven't got UPVC that some other maybe saunas have got. So you know that you've got
quality, isn't it?
Quality construction, also non-toxic because it's fiberglass. Then you've got 3 layers of insulation here because we want to trap that heat in. So on the outside we've got that polyester taffeta, which is in that almost like diamond design.
Like a quilted diamond design, isn't it?
And then what we've also got are 2 layers here of insulation of cotton. And we know, you know, cotton is antimicrobial. We know that it's breathable, so it means that we're not going to get the build-up of bacteria.
Perfectly in that steam environment.
Heat, yeah. And you were saying, I remember you saying the first time you used it, it was as hot, if not hotter, than the sauna that you go to when you go to the gym.
Because what you're doing, because of the fact that it goes to about 45 to 50 degrees. But because of the fact that...
It's compact, really, isn't it?
It's compact, but also because of the humidity levels,
right.
That feels more like 90 degrees when you're in there. And that's commercial temperatures. So when you go into a gym, you know, your sauna in a gym, they're the kind of temperatures that you would have in order for you to sweat to the maximum. Because we want to get that detoxification kind of benefit. We want our muscles to feel as relaxed as possible.
And you're just seeing how to use it as well. You just pop the water into that, then you've got a remote control and a really easy control on the system as well. So you can actually control it from inside the sauna if you want.
And this is the beauty of it. You've got 7 different levels of heat. So you choose what level of heat is right for you.
Because again, if you're in a shared sauna, you have to go with what there is, don't you?
Yeah.
And it is a shared sauna.
And people are normally sat right next to you, aren't you?
Too close.
And it's a little bit too close. And I think, you know, we all feel that more now than ever than maybe we once did. But you've got that chamber there, so you've got that steam chamber that is going to hold 3.6 litres of water.
So you just pop your water in there.
That's going to last you about anywhere from kind of 30 to 60 minutes, depending on the temperature.
And then you just connect that to the tube that's gone inside.
That's going to connect to the tube, and within there, then you also have another kind of chamber. So you can see there, and
that's where the steam comes out.
That's where the steam comes out, the steam vapour comes out of. But it's also there. You were talking about being put in essential oils.
Oh yeah, so you're calming lavenders. You could put your eucalyptus in there. All those different oils.
Hugely busy on this.
Really
We're going to have to move away from this now. Price-wise, it's so affordable as well to run, which is really important.
Obviously,
it's really is
dependent on your provider, but it's on average about 20 pence for a session, which is between 30 to 60 minutes.
And it's ultra hot. You can see it feels warmer than your traditional saunas. Science-backed benefits. Do your own research. The benefits of a sauna and those cheap running costs is, like Kelly just said, depends on your provider, about 20 pence per session. Yes, please. And the materials, once again, really great quality materials. Easy to put up, easy to take down, indoors and outdoors.
Yeah, take it with you. Perhaps you've got a little holiday home. You could have it out on the balcony perhaps you've got a hot tub, but it could be indoors in the corner of the room. Perhaps you've got a makeshift gym. It could be in your gym in the house.
Heng said this, a must-have for your home. The sauna pod is absolutely amazing to have at home without the hassle of leaving the comfort of your own home. Definitely recommend it to anyone who loves a steam sauna. We just heard an article and read an article in a different publication about having saunas in this kind of weather. Is it good to have a sauna in the hot weather, it said? Well, it said in this article, improved thermoregulation, regular sauna sessions train your body to handle heat more efficiently. By exposing yourself to high temperatures in the sauna, your body becomes better at cooling itself down, making the summer heat more tolerable. And boy, have we had some summer heat.
Yeah, and also we've found that the worst thing has been at night time when you've been trying to sleep, haven't you? And that heat feels unbearable. So not only are you going to be more tolerant to the temperature, but also what we're finding when we get out of there, our core temperature drops, melatonin then is stimulated, and so that it could be that you find that it encourages better sleep.
But when you look up the benefits of sauna, you know, of a sauna, that does come into it. There's health, there's sleep, there's stress, there's skin, relaxation, and honestly, everybody has loved it. Loads of great 5-star reviews. But if you want this, you need to check this out on your in your baskets on the website. If you're on the website, or if you're on the phones, grab it as quickly as you can. Stock wise, I'm super busy on the sauna, so please do not miss out on that. A third of the stock has sold out and gone, and our Teeter table, 2/3
Oh my word.
of the entire stock has sold out and gone. We will go back to that. We still have so many in baskets. You do need to check those baskets through. We don't want you to miss out. We don't want to be selling something that isn't available. Please check your baskets through, and we will get back to that as soon as we possibly can. We haven't had that in stock since February, and we don't know when we'll get it back, and that stock is depleting. But we've got something brand new now.
We have something very exciting, and this is the Renfo corded or cordless smart skipping rope.
Cordless skipping rope.
I know. Well, this is the thing. This means that this is accessible to anybody.
Doesn't matter what space you've got.
No, you could live in a flat. You could, you know, you could be somebody that has low ceilings.
Yes.
You could be at university. You could be travelling quite a lot with your job and need something to. Maybe you don't feel quite so comfortable going out running around the space because it's unfamiliar to you. But with a cordless skipping rope, what it allows you to do is get that workout wherever you are. You have the ability to have a corded version too.
Right, so it comes with the cord.
It comes.
You don't have to use it.
Basically, what you get with it is you get the two handles, you get your cordless version, which has got your weighted balls, and on there, what that does is that simulates that feeling of natural skipping.
And you've got the actual hand. Look, oh, I'm ready to go. You don't need any space. Look at
You
this.
don't need space.
This is amazing.
This is it. But also,
Am I doing it right? Am I doing it
you're
right?
doing it perfectly right. It's
does
not
it
going to hit
monitor
anything.
what you're doing?
It does.
monitor your skips?
So what we can do
I
is
didn't turn it on.
well, what we'll do is we'll turn it on for you. So what you've got is in kind of inbuilt monitor there, which is a really clear display. So we held it down for a few seconds, and then we've got three different workouts that we can choose from. I think you had it. Let's change it.
Okay.
Oh no, we're not.
Oh.
So three different modes.
Oh, that's the countdown.
I'm going to do. You're going
what's
to
that
do
one?
50 skips now.
So,
if you just start moving,
hang on,
and it's
jacket
going to.
off. Hang on. Let's do this
Give us your
seriously.
jacket.
Let's
You
do
were
it
skipping
seriously.
backwards, skip forwards.
Was I?
It might be easier.
Was I going backwards?
You were. Very clever.
Okay, I'm ready. So will it tell me when I've done?
So it's going to beep when you've done those 50.
Everybody's loving this. The crew are loving it.
But the great thing, you know, we're in a kitchen right now, but imagine if you just had that in your kitchen and there you go, you've done your 50. Well done, Sean. Well done.
You could do that while the kettle was boiling.
Why the kettle's boiling?
So you could do all the fancy bits.
You can do whatever you like, Sean.
They do say skipping is so good at burning calories.
Oh, my
When
word.
they compare it with like jogging and things like
Swimming.
that.
10 minutes of skipping is the equivalent of 30 minutes of jogging or cycling.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, because
I knew it
you're
was something
using,
like that.
because all of a sudden what we're doing is we're elevating the heart rate to such a high extent, but what we're also doing is making it full body as well, because we're
Right.
using the arms as well as the legs. So the more muscle recruitment, the more calories that are going to
And
be
it's
burned.
fun. You're burning calories in a fun way.
I love what you
And
said.
Take it on holiday with the family. I think it's the best holiday game. It's not a board game. It's a fun game for the whole family. They can compete, can't they?
Yeah.
This is it. It's
You could
something.
time yourself who could do 100 the quickest.
Well, because you've got those different modes on there, you can choose what workout. You can have a free skip.
So it'll just count your skips.
So it'll just count your skip.
Right.
And you can see that because it's got like a little skip action on there.
Right.
Or you can choose the time, and there's a little clock on there which tells you time.
Right.
And that will give you up to 10 minutes of skip from 1 minute to 10, you choose.
So now it's counting down on a minute timer for you, and then it'll tell you.
And then
when
you
you've
can
done the
do
minute.
time.
Yeah.
Right.
As that, you've got time, or you can actually do skips and you can move it up in 50 skips.
Okay.
So I put you on the lowest.
Oh, thanks for that.
But
But with the rope, when you want the rope on there, the rope's adjustable, isn't it?
Yeah, the rope's completely adjustable.
Right.
So the great thing about it is, you know, feeding through the actual cordless or the rope, you know, it's really, really easy because it just, you've got a little buckle on there.
Right.
You've got a little cap on the end. A little buckle on there. If I turn around and show you, you remove the buckle.
Oh, right.
And then you just thread it through. Now, within the instruction guide, it does actually tell you what your height should be.
Right. Oh, that's good.
So
and
it
that
tells
comes
you
alongside
the length
it
to
as
height.
well.
A rule of thumb
it's
is
on our website. It's busy already. $24.99 is your price. You can see here as well how it does allow you to burn so many calories. Comparing it there with swimming, comparing it with jogging, with bowling, with yoga, and skipping is the winner. And you can do this at home. You can do it with the cordless version, which is allowing you so easily to do this anywhere. Or you can do it with the corded version, because you do get both the cord and the cordless version for $24.99.
And the fact that you can do it in the smallest of space. I love what Kelly said. If you've got low ceilings, you don't have to worry about that. So many features. It's such a great bit of kit, corded or cordless. You're getting it for $24.99.
And you can connect it to an app as well, which will track your exercise. But we've got to get back to that Teeter table. I think we're so
before
busy.
it goes.
If you want this, pop it into your basket. Split that cost with PayPal Pay in 3 if you're spending over £30. So well worth grabbing that. Great gift idea as well. But if you are just joining us, if you wake up and sometimes think, oh gosh, my back's not like it used to be, or perhaps you're limited on what you can do, the Teeter table for so many has been life-changing.
Yeah, add it into your basket. We're going to show you lots more about it. 240131. So many of you have got it in baskets.
Stock-wise, oh my word.
Was it 2/3? 2/3 of the stock. Be quick.
Got to check your baskets through.
Check it out. This is what it's all about.
As an engineer, I knew I could design a more comfortable and easier way to invert right in your own home. So my wife and I started this company in 1981. Over the years, we made more than 100 innovations to that first table of mine.
The inversion made such a difference in freeing up my life, you know, not just for skiing, but to have a life again with the family.
Roger definitely practices what he preaches. He inverts daily, sometimes twice a day. He's 77 years old now, and he's still as active as he was when he was younger. He's as active as many men half his age, and credits Inversion for helping him to be able to do the things he does at his age.
And this is what it's all about. It's an amazing Teeter table. This is the Fit Spin ×3, so one of the premium models at such an incredible market-beating price. Kelly's going to take herself back on it, and then we'll talk you through how it works and what's actually happening, because this is allowing you to stretch the spine like you will not believe.
Yeah, I'm just going to adjust it a little bit because I think I didn't adjust it after you used
it's
it.
height.
The height-wise. Well, we
So
can talk you through
height-wise-
how to use it when you get home. 85% assembled.
85% assembled, so you've just got a small little bit of assembly to do. But I love the fact that you've got that built app there, which, you know, is you just scan the instructions. There's a QR code on there. It brings up the built app, and it talks you through it every single step
So it
of
talks through the remaining build.
Absolutely. And then when you actually get it set, when you've got it set up, you've then got the Move app, which is another app that talks you through how to use it.
Fab.
So, you know, you are never on your own.
Yeah,
Great.
which is great.
So I'm just going to adjust the height because that's really important, because as you saw, it was more difficult for me to move back then. So if I take that just by releasing that pin and I take it to about 168 for me, because short body, slightly longer legs, need to get that right height distance.
That's all about
getting
the
that right balance.
It's
yes,
the right
sort of
balance.
50-50. And it'll talk you through that, and you'll feel that as well. You'll think, oh, I just need to make it a little bit shorter. And then you can change the foot pedals.
Yeah,
too.
so I need the comfort dials. You've got a slightly thicker sole on your trainers, so we changed it.
So that's putting your foot up a little bit higher.
So that
The other
makes
way down, it's a little bit lower.
Makes it higher, so that when I actually bring those Ergo Embrace cups to my ankles, they are in the smallest part of my ankles, and I can feel that they are securely tightened around the front and the rear of the ankles. It feels really comfortable because you've got that patented foam.
Yeah.
But I feel that when I go back,
it's going to feel nice.
Look at that. You see the difference
So
there
you can
straight
see
away.
there that it's much smoother there, and I've been able to move back. So one arm takes me so far. As I take the other arm back, I'm then going back to that 60 degrees. Now at this point, this is that magic angle. So this is the angle where I'm taking zero pressure. I've got zero pressure on my spine. So all the compression that I've had on my spine all day that has been kind of pushing down on my discs, on my muscles,
And that's
causing
what
that tension.
naturally happens through the day, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
it's just gravity.
Gravity, yeah.
While you stood, while you leaned over a computer,
so-
you're looking at your phone,
I think
you sat in
sometimes
the
at
car.
the end of the day you can get into your car and you alter your mirror because you're shorter than when you drove into work. You know, by the end of the day you've shrunk because you do sink down.
And that's because we've allowed, when we've slept, we've allowed those discs to rehydrate with fluid. And that's, you know, we have to take that compression off the discs for that fluid to go back in because they don't have a blood supply. However, we are still at the point of 25% compression when we're sleeping. Whereas when we're in inversion, there is no compression on there at all. There's no pressure.
Now, Kelly, and that's exactly what's happening to you whilst you're in the position
And it's
you're
taking the pressure off your spine. It's temporarily stretching the spine, helping to decompress, temporarily realigning the spine and the joints. It can help to relax tense muscles.
And this is it, you know, we carry around, certainly I know one of my weak spots is I keep my shoulders up by my ears. Hayley, you just mentioned that it's not just the back that gets the benefits. You can feel how it's loosening off, kind of, you're getting that stretch across the hips, across the glutes, across the front of the thighs, also into the chest and the shoulder area as well. If I was going into full kind of rotation and I took the actual strap off so that I was at 90 degrees.
So the strap, again, this is another improvement. It's got three markers on there, hasn't it? The tether strap.
That's your tether strap. If I released that and went into full inversion, I feel that stretch even more into the arms.
You're in complete control. You can go back as far as you want to go back. With that tether, it allows you to, you know, secure that. But the nice thing is, the control you've got just with your arms is amazing.
You can see, so when I want to come back up, all I'm doing is I'm lifting one arm up and then gently bringing the other arm up. I can bend the knees slightly, hold it there for a second because we want to acclimatise. We don't want to come up too quickly.
Right, okay.
And then what we're doing is we're gently coming up to that position. I can also use those new handles that are there as well as that guide point. And again, lowering phase. We're in total control because it's our arms that are creating that movement and that smooth rotation. And then we just, because you've got that superior kind of components that you know have been rigorously tested by third parties, you have got complete confidence as you are just inverting fully. And you can just feel that lovely stretch through the whole body.
Well, do your own research, the benefits of inversion. We've got some details to share with you and just some of the benefits. We can only say so much, but temporarily helping decompress the spine, realigning the spine and joints temporarily, help the discs to temporarily rehydrate. That's what we talk about when we talk about getting the juice back in the joints, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And helping relax tense muscles as well, like we said. 240131, you can still add it into your basket, but you've got to be quick now if you want to make sure you get hold of this. You can see you've got that flex technology, optimum decompression surface. It's really comfortable.
And it's super smooth as well, and the materials that have been used are quite incredible. You get that extra sort of stretch because of the material of the bed, and I love the ankle comfort dial, and I love the way it actually works. You feel super secure, but it is super comfortable. Easy to store as well, and we will talk you through through that. And this is what you get in the belt, because you get a lot of extras, don't you, with this, because it is one of the premium models.
Yeah, I'm going to step off it for a second just to be able to show you what else you're getting with it, because the whole time I've been on here, I've got these amazing little nodules that are kind of massage nodules that are in there, and these are acupuncture or acupressure nodules. You get 8 of them.
And can you move those?
Yeah, they're all various different heights, so you can see that you've got 2 at each height. And you've got little tracks within the actual flex tech.
So they can
perhaps
go
if you want
wherever.
to work into perhaps the shoulder or something, a bit like I guess someone massaging with the thumb sort of thing.
Maybe it's around the shoulder blade, maybe it's into the lumbar spine. So you just adjust them. They're twisted. They've just got a little twist at the back. And then you,
fabulous.
All you do is then just find exactly where you want it to be, and then lock it into place, twist it into place.
So that's as simple as this. So you've got a real easy little system. So you can see there, it just unscrews. So all you'll do is you'll put, drops it on the floor. You'll put that through the back, and then you'll screw it back into there. So that goes through the back. Yep. If you come with me, you can see. There we go. And it just screws then into that. So you can move it to the right position for you. You can use them, you can not use them. It's entirely up to you.
Yeah, this is the thing. You can take them off completely if you want to, or you can use them if you find them beneficial. The other thing that we've got that comes with it, I wasn't actually using this, I took it off, but this is the lumbar support. Now, this again, you can see that it's got little kind of lips on the bottom and the top, and you can see that you've got little placement holes that
it gives you that arch in your back sort of thing.
Yeah, and we can decide the amount of arch, because it might be what it's doing. We can make it really small if we want to, so or deeper if we want to.
So if you've got a really arch back and you want it to fill in that arch, you can.
Does that help you give extra stretch, or?
That's exactly what it's. 2 things it's doing. One thing it's doing is it's realigning. Well, what it's doing is aligning the hips. So because your hips are lined up with the arch itself. But also what it's doing is increasing that stretch into the lower back.
You're over,
So it's, again, you can make the arch as small or as big as you like. Obviously, if you took it further up, then it's going to be slightly shallower.
And not all
in
models
depth.
have all these extras, do they?
No, not all of them don't. And especially the 3 kind of premium features that we talked about. This particular model, the X3, is the deluxe version of it. And this is the one where you've got the extra long handle. That instead of the push pin handle.
So that locking
system. So you don't have to bend all the way down to do.
No, that's it. It allows you that. It allows you that ease of being able to lock your ankles into place, but also it gives you that micro adjustment. So it means it's going to really cushion the ankle.
Bespoke to you, sort of thing. You
exactly.
Can really get it exactly right.
On this particular model as well, you've got that tether strap with the markings on there. So you can see there is a colour. I don't know whether if I show you that side, can you see? So that marks that it's 20, 40 and 60 degrees there. So you know exactly what angle you're working at. And then we've got those handles as well to help you get up and down. And you've also got the traction handles to be able to kind of, if you're in a shallower angle, to get more of a stretch, you push down on those handles.
Now we are getting busier and busier still.
We've got, oh my goodness, we have so many in baskets. 70% of the stock already sold out and gone. You desperately need to check those baskets through. It's only as long as stock is there. Haven't had stock since February and not sure when we'll get stock again. This has only just come in, hasn't it?
This is kind of hot off the
press. We've hardly touched it and it's going.
It's come straight to shop on TV. So I have no idea when there will be stock again of this item.
Do be quick. If you've got it in a basket, confirm your order and check out. The fact there are so many things that you can do with this. When I first
it's the benefits, isn't it? If you look at the benefits of inversion, there's lots of things we can't say.
That's what you've got to look up
and
yourself.
then if you're thinking perhaps you're under a doctor, if you want to speak to your doctor about inversion, please do, honestly. It's, I know, something that many people do.
Your health practitioner will have heard of it, so always check with your health practitioner or GP if you're starting something new and you're not quite sure about it. But I've used it, like I say, I used it back in February when we did that
Not
first
for such
show.
a long time, and I don't think you went so far back.
No, and I'm dying to get back on it before it sells out again. So please make sure you can pop it in a basket.
But what difference has it made to you?
Amazing. And honestly, this is my personal story. I struggle with my back at the moment. We spend 4 hours a day in the car, don't we?
And then we stand for 3 hours or we sit for 3 hours, and it really does affect your back, doesn't it?
Yeah, when I bend down normally,
what were you doing in the dressing room? I got back in the dressing room after
Look how quick I did that.
Going, look at me. I was like, wow.
Everyone in the studio was like, he's never moved like that for years.
And that's what many people say. It gives them years back. It gives them their life back. So if you are perhaps not doing the things you love doing, this is how it started actually. Roger Teeter that designed this, he was a very active man, and then all of a sudden his back was stopping him doing the things that he wanted to do. Because please, honestly, for him, it was life-changing, and he gave him his life back, and he was so super fit into his 80s.
Yeah, and when you look at all the reviews there are for Teeter, and then you hear the stories that people have when it comes to the Teeter, well, take a look at this.
When I first saw the Teeter on TV, I wasn't quite sure about it. I almost thought it was a gimmick. I had no idea that the Teeter was going to be that effective on me. I was amazed with the very first day I used it, it was day and night difference for me. Felt like I was recharged, energetic, and ready to go back out and do whatever I was doing earlier that day. The more I use it, the more I enjoy it, and the more I think it helps me.
It's very relaxing, it's very centering. I sleep through the night, I don't wake up constantly. I'm not afraid to take a dance class or to take a yoga class, you know. I feel like I can do normal activities that other people my age are doing, and that gives me hope.
To describe the way it feels when you actually use the Teeter is just pure freedom of knowing that something in your back is getting better. Everything says that this seems like it should be wrong, but it feels so right.
When I got my Teeter, that's when it all changed for me. And the more I worked my back, the more relief my back gave me. And that's when I knew that this machine really works. It's so simple and yet so effective. If it wasn't for the Teeter, I wouldn't be the person I am today. It put the smile back on my face.
It is this smooth, just seamless machine. Having my back feel good on a regular basis is priceless. You know, age is just, it really is just a number. It's how you feel. I feel like I gained like 10 years back onto my life. You know, I feel like, hey, you know, I can be in my dance class with the 20-somethings and feel good again, you know.
We love that in the dance class with the 20-somethings feeling great.
We'll take that.
Absolutely, and this is what it's all about, and it is so easy to use, but for so many people it's made such a difference. And to have it at this price, whilst we have stock, please do check those baskets out. Kelly's going to talk us through how to get on it, and Sean's going to get on it because Sean's very tall, and it does
there's a slight difference in height here, isn't there? A little bit of a difference there. But this is the thing, you know, a Teeter table goes from 4'8" all the way up to a maximum height of 6'6".
Brilliant.
So, you know, it's built to fit everybody's height, everybody's different weight distributions, whether you've got longer legs and shorter body or longer body and shorter legs. The precision balance is about you getting that 50-50 either side. Yes. So you just have some small adjustments that you might need to make. So you might need to make some adjustments to your height. So normally you're 6'3"?
Yeah, 6'3".
So you would normally say 6'3", you'd pop that on the height shaft. But for Sean, because he's got really long legs, we want to create more length in his body.
It's about the balance.
So we're shortening his legs. So we're taking you to 6'1".
Okay.
And you'll know when to do that, because if you put your arms back, like Sean's going to show you in a minute, and you don't go backwards, you think, oh, I just need to
the balance isn't right.
The balance isn't quite right.
And again, within those apps that I've talked about, within the Built app, within the Move app, it talks you through every single element of that. So you know, don't think that you need to remember everything we're saying, because it is all there in the instruction guide that is attached to your machine. It is also within those apps, so it will talk you through all of those things.
Right.
But we've already set the height shaft up to the right height for you. So we're going to keep the tether strap as it is on the 60 degrees, because that's that maximum magic angle.
Right.
Because we want, you were saying earlier, your back's been really twingy.
Yeah.
More so. I like the fact that you're now jumping around there.
Look at me.
And he's like that lady said she could go into the dance class with 20-year-olds.
He'll like that. Absolutely.
Well, maybe that's next for you. But what we're going to do now, because we've got the comfort dial set up for you, so we know the right height.
Ready to go.
You're ready to go. So I'm just going to get you to step across. You're going to place your hands on the handle and bottom onto the Flex Tech actual bed. And then you're going to slot one ankle in, slot the other ankle in. Make sure that those actual pads are kind of around the small of your ankle. So they're going to fit into the rear of your ankle. And then when you use the actual handle, you're going to release the handle. And then you're going to press that.
And you heard it click.
Yeah, it's the click of confidence.
And you feel it, don't you?
Yeah, and I don't think that's quite tight enough, so I'm just going to release it and bring it down further.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You've got that micro adjustment. That's what we didn't have in the other.
Yes.
In the other model that we brought before. That was
like
brilliant,
a pin, wasn't it? Was it like a pin?
It was a pin, and we had three or four different levels of.
Oh yeah, you pulled it out, didn't you?
So this is like bespoke
so much
to
easier.
your ankle. So much easier.
Because you're not having to bend right down.
Yeah, no.
It feels super secure, doesn't it? And so comfortable.
Really secure.
You've got that longer length. Also, what you've got is that patented kind of foam there, and that is really super important because as you are decompressing, as you're inverting and rotating, you want that to feel really comfortable around your ankles as well.
Yeah, it's got to be comfy as well.
Now, the other thing I just want to mention, because we haven't really focused too much on the Flex Tech bed, but the Flex Tech bed has got the 8-point suspension system, which means that it's not flat against the frame.
Right.
That gives it more kind of movement.
Right.
But also what you've got, because of the way it's made of the kind of decompression material, it means as you rotate, your body is naturally going to slide easily down.
Okay.
So it's going to feel comfortable.
Because you want that, don't you?
You
It's
want
the
that
stretch
slide.
that you want, so it's aiding you to get more stretch.
Absolutely. There are a lot of models out there that not Teeter models, but a lot of competitor models that have a foam back.
Right.
Which, in theory, nice and comfortable. In practice, stop you actually moving.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
It's like going.
don't you?
It's like going down a slide on a cushion or something.
Right.
It's going to
gonna
stop you
the
from
work,
being to move smoothly. So from here, now you're locked into place. We've got the tether strap in place.
Yep.
Now what we're going to get you to do is just gently rotate. So you're going to do that yourself by using your arms to navigate you down. So you can see how you're coming to that kind of halfway point where you are almost like lying flat.
Such control.
It's really smooth, isn't it?
Just nice and slow with those arms. You know you've got your security strap as well, so it will only go so far. But that's nice to do when you first use it, I think. Just go so far back and then bring yourself up because it gives you the confidence you've got the control.
Absolutely. And what I would always recommend when you're first starting, there is no rush with this. This is about you familiarising yourself, getting comfortable with this movement. Start your tether strap on the first mark. That's the 20 degrees. Use that for 1 to 2 weeks. And then get used to the movement, then move up to 40 degrees. And when you're ready, you can go up to this 60 degrees. This is your magic angle. Because right now, in this position, you can see that the tether strap is at its max. He's not going anywhere. Sean isn't going to be able to go into that full 90-degree inversion because the tether strap is holding him in place. But right now, at that 60 degrees, this is where his body is. There is zero or near to zero pressure on his spine.
And how long would I stay like this?
So when you first start using this, maybe 1 to 2 minutes max.
Okay.
You can increase the frequency. You could use it maybe once or twice a day.
So you don't need to spend hours on here.
Maximum, I would say, even if you're somebody that uses it, all the time, I would say 3 to 5 minutes.
Brilliant. Great.
But maybe then you increase the frequency of it.
Yeah.
Because I gave you the analogy earlier about kind of it's a preventative measure. It's almost like brushing your teeth. Because,
I love that.
But we brush our teeth not because we think doing it once is going to have, this amazing effect that's going to last forever and last long term. It's not a quick fix. It's something that we do that builds up because that keeps the health of our teeth. It stops us having cavities. It keeps aesthetically, it keeps them looking their best. And it's exactly the same with this, because what this is doing is this 1 or 2 minutes every single day, maybe a couple of times a day. This is about the health of your spine. This is about making sure that those muscles aren't tense and they're pulling on the joints and the bones and pulling you out of alignment. This is about rehydrating those discs so they continue to be as cushioned as possible and can act as those shock absorbers so that they're not pinching on nerve roots. This is also about creating space in the vertebrae and just taking the pressure off the body. It's not just the spine that's benefiting, Hayley.
No, and you feel this. I felt that as soon as I got on.
The whole body feels lengthened.
Yeah, it really does. And I was like, I can feel a difference sort of hip-wise.
Yeah, and probably for you, and certainly for me, hip flexors into the glutes, that's the area that gets really tense for me.
Yeah.
Piriformis, if you are somebody that has had that piriformis pain, that discomfort where it's that kind of deep gnawing feeling into the glutes, and sometimes it can travel down the back of your leg. This is just because this is also targeting your piriformis muscle.
Right, yeah.
It's stretching your piriformis muscle, taking the tension off, potentially off the nerve that sits underneath the piriformis muscle and travels down the back of your leg. It might give you some temporary relief.
How great is that? And for me as well, shoulder-wise too, because I do have a couple of funny shoulders.
And it's the tight shoulders that we all have, don't we?
Oh gosh, I'm the worst. Sometimes my head can be down here because my shoulders are so tense. So to have that real push and pull and stretch back,
open up,
felt amazing.
And Sean made a really good point earlier about the fact that this would be lovely if we had perfect posture. This would be great. This would be great stretching, regardless of whether there was any, whether we had perfect alignment. But the majority of us don't have perfect alignment because of lifestyle, because of how we exercise, because if we sit more than we ever have done,
and we look down a lot of phones and tablets, so yeah, we are round shouldered already. And then of course aging does cause you, I bet lots of you in your later life feel that you're so much shorter. My mum couldn't believe she was inches shorter than what she was.
Well, just remember right here what could be happening is we've lost the strength, so we can't hold ourselves up well because we haven't got that core strength, but also then we're compressing that spine, so we're losing the fluid in the spine, which means those discs become less flexible.
Disc sort of thing, rather than having what they should have, that fluid inside.
Yeah, and what happens then is when you've lost the fluid in the disc, they become less mobile, they're stiff, and that's when we run the risk of trapping nerves, but also that's when we lose that flexibility and mobility through the spine. We don't want that. We want to keep as healthy as possible.
So it's helping to decompress those discs as Sean goes back, like you see, helping to get rehydrate the discs as well, sort of align the spine temporarily and the joints temporarily. But if you're using this every day, like you say, just like brushing your teeth,
it's a long-term impact, isn't it? Like I said, we don't brush our teeth once thinking we're going to get, instant results.
We do it every day because we know the benefit.
It's a maintenance program, and this is a maintenance program for the spine and for the body.
And do look at the benefits of inversion, because there's lots that we really can't say, but my goodness, when you look at the list of things it can make a difference to, it's incredible. And the reason it was originally designed and why it's called Teeter is Roger, isn't it?
Yeah, Roger Teeter designed this back in 1981. This is when it was
44 years.
I know, this was when I think I said 43 earlier, but you're right, 44.
And it's still a family-run business business?
Yeah, still family run, really passionate about bringing us inversion equipment. But the reason he brought, or the reason he introduced it was, you mentioned it earlier, was he was having so many issues with his own back. It was so debilitating for him that it wasn't a case that he wasn't just enjoying the sports that he was previously doing. He was struggling to even move around. So his quality of life had completely changed.
His back was affecting his everyday and the things that he could do and that he wanted to do. So he wanted to find something to make a difference. We'll let Roger tell you, actually, because he's an amazing gentleman who we've all met, and he was fabulous, and he seemed so young and super fit right into his later life. But we'll let him explain why he designed the table.
As an engineer, I knew I could design a more comfortable and easier way to invert right in your own home. So my wife and I started this company in 1981. Over the years, we made more than 100 innovations to that first table of mine.
The inversion made such a difference in freeing up my life, you know, not just for skiing, but to have a life again with the family.
Roger definitely practices what he preaches. He inverts daily, sometimes twice a day. He's 77 years old now, and he's still as active as he was when he was younger. He's as active as many men half his age, and credits Inversion for helping him to be able to do the things he does at his age.
70% of that stock was sold out and gone. Roger telling you his story, the difference it made to him, the difference it could make to you. Do your own research, benefits of inversion, and just imagine having a life that could be perhaps a little bit easier each day, and you being able to do the things that you want to do. You really struggle with your back.
Definitely. And
way.
Whoa! But hang on. Look at Kelly. Now, Kelly, you've taken the tether strap off, right?
I have indeed. I want to show you how you can use it to the max. So this is where we're at that 90 degrees, where we're getting that full inversion.
Wow.
So this is where we can really start to hang, we can start to twist, to really get that rotation through the spine. This is where, when Roger used to come and do the shows, he used to be able to do full sit-ups. Now he can go straight to his ankle. He could.
Yeah.
I can't. But what I can do is some small little crunches for you.
That's pretty good.
We're quite impressed with those.
Yeah.
So this allows us to really strengthen those abs as well. I'm going to lose my mic pack now as well. But you can see how it's locked into place because it's what I was able to do was just push it against the actual frame,
right,
and then that will loosen off. You can see that releases it. I've then got those handles. I can then use my arms. I don't want to come up too quickly, but I can use the arms and the legs now to bring myself
Still such control,
so good,
isn't it? Love the fact you've got the handles as well. Love the fact you can do that full inversion, but actually you can tether it off so you don't go that far back. You use this to your ability where you feel comfortable. We've been going to like 60 degrees.
Yeah, but you can
so feel the stretch.
Start at 20, can't you, when you first starting?
And you never need to do full inversion if you don't want to, but if you fancy it, it's right there on your Teeter table. Fit spine ×3, market beating price. So many in baskets, you desperately need to check these baskets through. It's only going to be as long as stock is there. Haven't had stock since February. So where are we now? February, March, April, May, June, July. So 5 months. Don't know when we'll get stock back in. You will kick yourself if you don't get it today, because elsewhere, if you decide tomorrow, well, I'll go and get it, when 70% of the stock has gone, there's a huge chance it's not going to be available after the show. But you can see here, you can get it in various places. Natural Living, you see £552. Robert Dias, £473.99. Back Care Online, £479. Think Sport, £381.99. Health and Care, £381.99. our price, and we are blown away because this is the deluxe version of the Teeter table, $299.99. That means you get superior features with this as well, and that saving allows you then to split that cost over 3 payments of $102.65. 240131 is your item number. Please, you must check your basket through. It's only going to be as long as the stock is there, and you've got such a massive saving and such an opportunity to find something that could make such a difference to your every single day.
And the fact you can spread the cost makes it so affordable. So if you want to use PayPal paying £302.65 on your first of 3 interest-free payments, you can still add it into your basket.
Yes.
240131. However,
we are going to be in a situation soon where more people are ordering than stock is available. So many of you got this in baskets. It's not yours until you check your basket through. Sadly, if we have 10 left, 310 of you could have it in your baskets. 510 of you could have it in your baskets. If you all checked out at the same time, and other people could be ordering at the same time, it will only be the first 10 people to order and check out that will get it. So there could be 300 people that miss out. There could be 200 people that miss out. But remember, so easy to use, loved by so many people.
So many people. Look at the reviews. We'll share more testimonials with you as we go through the show. But we're going to give you the opportunity to do just what we said, to confirm your order and check out, because so many of you are going for it. Spread the cost. Remember, normally it's £500 with our usual price. We've found it elsewhere and close to, if not more than that, at some retailers. But it's a machine. Well, take a little look at what these people had to say.
Get your happy back with a popular FitSpine X3 featuring the deluxe Easy Reach ankle system and extra long handles with additional traction grips to maximize your stretch. The smooth FlexTech table design encourages your spine to decompress and elongate better than on any other inversion table surface. And the 8-point floating suspension system moves with you so you can flex, twist, and stretch with absolute ease. Plus, attach the bonus lumbar bridge to help target the lower back and square misaligned hips. Place acupressure nodes anywhere on the tracks for targeted trigger point relief at 4 varied intensities. The large Stretch Max handles offer added support and are optimally placed on the frame to help you twist and stretch. The Easy Stretch traction handles enhance your decompression at lesser angles of inversion. With a long handle that reduces the need to bend, the stainless steel Deluxe Easy Reach ankle lock system micro adjusts for a perfect fit and features a secondary locking mechanism that engages when you invert. Ergo Embrace ankle supports are engineered to wrap comfortably around your ankles with thick foam to evenly distribute pressure and a hard outer shell to ensure security. Just set it, lock it, recline and relax. Teeter Precision Balancing gives you total control with minimal effort, using simple arm movements to shift your body weight and return upright. Pre-select your angle of inversion with the adjustable easy angle tether with guides to 20, 40, or 60 degrees, or remove the tether and lock out in full inversion for advanced stretching and exercise. With the free Teeter Move app, you get subscription-free inversion coaching to help you feel better and move better every day. Access getting started tutorials, guided inversion sessions, and more. Rated up to 300 pounds user capacity. With a 4x safety factor up to 1,200 pounds, the Teeter X3 adjusts for users between 4 feet 8 inches and 6 feet 6 inches and easily folds for compact storage. With heat-treated high-gauge steel and key components, Teeter inversion tables are built to last. Unlike some brands that cut costs with low-quality materials susceptible to fatigue, Teeter inversion tables are safety certified by UL and outperform the competition in comparison testing for quality, endurance, and rotation.
And the quality is quite incredible, isn't it? Tried and tested.
Yeah. Absolutely. You know, everything has been third-party tested to the highest of standards. You've got the underwriters laboratory, if I could even say the word. You can tell it's early, can't you? Laboratory testing, and that is the kind of gold standard of testing. These have been tested to 30,000 rotations. We
just saw it there, didn't we?
Because they need to ensure that, you know, that amount of rotations, that you're not going to find that the steel, there's going to be anything that that is going to compromise the steel.
Well, Roger's background as an aircraft engineer, he's brought all that engineering knowledge into the build, hasn't he? Because build's really important with something like this. You're going to be upside down.
Absolutely, you're upside down. You're being suspended upside down and held in place by your ankles.
Yeah.
So that's the long and short of it. So you know, obviously his prime objective was to make sure that every single component was to the highest premium level.
And in America, it's a medical device?
Yes, so it's a grade 1 medical device, and this is registered with the FDA.
You can do your own research on.
We can't talk about what that actually means, but if you look online on Teeter.com, it will give you a whole list of the reasons why it's been identified or recognised as a medical grade piece of equipment.
Which is fantastic.
It is absolutely brilliant. But, you know, in terms of why it's better than, say, competitor models, and why it's been around for 44 years, I think you said.
Yeah.
It's been the market leader for that amount of time for a reason, because everything is such a premium, high quality. Every single thing has been thought through. They're constantly evolving. They're constantly changing it to make sure that you're getting the most flex in the spine, that this is, you know, the materials that are being used are the most strength, you know, the strongest and the most durable.
Yeah.
Even down to the fact that it's scratch resistant. You know,
so it looks good as well.
It looks good.
You can feel the quality when you get on it as well, which is fantastic. I'm going to get on to this one.
Okay.
So we're going to talk you through what you need to do to get on it.
Yeah, we're going to set you up.
Should we let Hayley go into full inversion?
Yeah, shall we? Hayley needs to do some sit-ups.
I want the little strap back on, please.
Well, this is it. This is part of your setup.
Gosh. We're approaching limited stock now. I'm really sorry. Massively busy. I know it's late, 12 minutes past 2 or
Lots of people still joining us,
You must check. Yeah, we always often get busy at 2
a little flurry.
You must check your baskets through. Limited stock means we're getting down to that very last % of stock. Haven't had it since February.
No.
Don't know when we'll get it back once it's gone, so please check your baskets through. So it comes at 85% assembled, so there's not much assembly to it.
There's not a huge amount of assembly to do, but in terms of what else you have to put together, you've got an instruction guide that comes with your actual Teeter table, which is brilliant, which will walk you through what you need to do, but also you've got an app, which is the Built app. And that's loads of videos that actually visually show you what the steps are to put it together.
Oh, do we need to alter the height for this? Because you were on it last week.
We do. So the first thing you're going to do is, because I've set it to 165 centimetres, which is 5 foot. It's 5'5", I think, for me. I'm going to get you to reduce it down. Even though you're taller than me, it's all to do with, you know, whether your legs and your body are shorter.
Yeah,
so
you want to be sort of 50-50, and you'll feel
for balance
that, you know, the balance isn't right, and you just need to alter the height.
Yeah, you've got a pivot point here in the centre, and that is where you need to think that you've got 50% of the height is at the top and 50% is at the bottom.
Because our legs are sometimes we've got shorter legs and longer bodies, or shorter bodies and longer legs.
Yeah. And all we do is we just adjust the height accordingly.
And how do we do that?
Okay, so what you've got is a pin system. If I just lift the shaft up slightly, you can see that there's just a pin that you release, and then all we do is we just shorten it slightly. Now that is nice and secure and in place. Now the next thing we do before you get in there is I took the tether strap off because you wanted me to show you the full inversion.
Yeah.
So we want to put that back in place, and there is a little D-ring.
Fabulous.
At the back that we just slot that carabiner clip through, and then that tether strap is now locked into place. So that's going to limit
how far I go, so I won't go all the way.
Yeah. Now, are you happy with it being at 60 degrees?
Yep.
If you did want to shorten it, I'm not saying you do now, but if you did want to shorten it, there is a buckle there, and all you do is pull along that buckle.
To the actual lines.
To the actual lines. So you can see that you've got different markings on there.
So 20, 40 or 60.
You're just going to pull that. But we're going to have that to its full length, which is the maximum, which is 60 degrees, so that you can get that full inversion, so that you can get all of that pressure off the spine, and
She's
you can
off,
go
look,
home.
she's in.
I'm getting in.
Now the tether's on, she's
I
off.
think I need to turn this over, don't I?
Yeah, because I adjusted it again. And that's a really good point.
Shoes.
This is the comfort dial. So you've got 2 levels of height there. You can see there that Hayley's got the lowest level. If you twist it, you can see how then now this comes higher, and that's the high level. I needed it on the higher level because my trainers are
I've got big thick soles on my trainers. So.
are flatter, and you can see Hayley's got thicker soles. What we're aiming to do right now is get the smallest part of the ankle within those 2 foam kind of caps.
Perfect.
So from here,
So you make sure they're aligned.
so they're aligned with the rear of the ankle, and then this is the front of the ankle.
Right.
And this is another great bonus on this model, isn't it?
It's really
You've got
great.
this long lever.
I love that you've got that extended lever because it means you're not having to bend down. The one that I've got at home, which I absolutely love, and I certainly won't need to upgrade it, but I've got just a normal kind of mechanical pin that I have to lock into place.
Right,
so
yes.
I have to bend right down. Whereas with this, it's much more user friendly, but also you've got that micro adjustment in there, which means that these
It's like it's
cups-
bespoke to you, isn't it? Completely.
Absolutely.
So it feels completely secure.
You've just got far more manoeuvrability with it, and it allows you to get it closer to the ankle. From here, you're now in that lovely position. You put your back on that Flex Tech bed, and now you can start to move by taking one arm over. Now, with the precision balance control, you can see how Hayley is in complete control there. So she is lowering herself by taking one arm over. Now, as she wants to go further down, she's going to bring that second arm over, and that will bring her into that 60% inversion.
Wow.
Now, at this point, and you can see that that tether strap is losing its slack now, and it's starting to get to that nearly 60%.
And the fact that it's so smooth, do you see how controlled it was when Hayley was moving her arms? And to watch it after being on it is really interesting as well. Because when you do first get on it, and I was like, am I back? Yeah, the first time I did it. And you were like, no, you're flat. You're completely
Like you're lying on a bed, Sean.
But because it's a case of getting used to it, but then the benefits, my word, can temporarily decompress the spine, and that's what it's all about.
Well, this is
I
it.
feel it stretching my spine
Yeah.
and my hip area as well.
And also the abdominal muscles. You know, we rarely stretch all the front
Right
of our
out,
body.
yeah.
We tend to stretch maybe the tops of our shoulders, maybe, sometimes into the hip area. But all of this is happening without you. It's happening automatically without you having to think about it, which is the lovely thing about it. But also it's doing so much more, because as you just mentioned, it's temporarily realigning the spine. So that means that postural alignment is being improved whilst we're lying on here, which is why when Hayley got off, she said, I feel like I'm in a better postural position.
Yeah.
I feel like, and I feel like
felt
I'm taller.
Yeah.
I felt slimmer. I felt like I was standing so much better, because I think we stand so poorly now.
Do you know
don't we?
the other thing I
Shoulders
found?
are slumped. I know that's the worst for kind of my posture being.
I thought it'd be quite tense, but I was really relaxed on it as well.
Yeah.
But this is the other thing. What we're doing is we're relaxing the muscles, and we're breathing slower.
Yeah.
We are. The whole idea is when you're on here that you take those big deep breaths, because then we allow those muscles to relax. But also, naturally, the tension that might have built up in the muscles throughout the day, and the tension in muscles then tends to go tension into the mind. What we're doing is, if we're releasing that tension and increasing the blood flow to the area that helps with healing and everything, we're also allowing the mind to relax.
I think it's my turn. Shall I get on the
Come
other
on,
one?
jump on, Sean.
It's time for me to go
Jump
move
on,
on over here.
I guess as well, it's taking the blood to the head as well, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And we know, you know, have a look into it again, but there are some, you know, there are some benefits in terms of getting the blood flow and oxygen to the brain.
Yeah.
Using it first thing in the morning could cognitively make you feel more sharper, maybe a little bit more switched on.
Wow.
You know, there's a lot of information out there about that as well.
Now, just hearing we've got more in baskets, more in basket. Where are you? You're there. I can see
the
you.
sky.
You can't get away from me. There's more in baskets, more people trying to order than stock is available. We are now limited stock, completely limited stock, but actually, if you all checked out, you wouldn't all get. It doesn't mean you can't order it right now. You can get onto the phones, you can get onto the website, you can put it in a basket, check it out. It's the first people to check out. Look at the benefits of an inversion table. What are the benefits of inversion? There are lists, and you can see what it can help with, how it temporarily actually really takes the pressure off your spine, temporarily stretches the spine. It helps to decompress. It temporarily as well realigns the spine and joints. Please, if you think this is something that could make a difference for so many people, this has been life-changing. It's so difficult, isn't it? I think backs are quite an issue. My dad would have loved this. He had an awful back. He was a builder, so there's lots of reasons why he struggled with his back, and sometimes he was virtually crawling on the floor because he couldn't get his back right, and nobody knew what to do or how to help him. They were like, you know, you go to the doctor and then they're really not sure what to do about backs. So look at do your own research, and then just think, is this going to be right for me? Because for so many, it has been life-changing, and price-wise you are market-beating. This deal you cannot find anywhere else, and of course you've got PayPal. Put it in your basket, check that basket through, and perhaps make every day a little bit better, a little bit brighter. Do the things perhaps you can't do right now, because it allows you that release, temporary release, but use it every day, like Kelly was saying, like brushing your teeth, and that's giving you that temporary release daily. Now, I've been on this Teeter table, doing exactly what you're seeing here, taking that pressure off my spine, temporarily stretching out the spine, helping to decompress, rehydrating as well in between those discs, and temporarily realigning the spine and the joints. For me, I really feel it on my hips and my shoulders as well. But you might be thinking, well, actually, I'm bigger than you. I'm taller than you, Hayley. Is there a limit to what height this is going to work for? Well, you're seeing how it's working for the guy that's on it there, but actually you're going to see Sean on it. And Sean is about 6'4". He's a little bit heavier than me. This will take 21.4 stone in weight.
I'm not quite that heavy.
He's not quite that heavy. But you'll see, whatever height, really.
This is a great thing, isn't it?
Whatever weight up to 21.8. About 21.4 stone, it's right for all of us, isn't it?
This is it. You know, it's just those minor adjustments that you can make to the height. You've got pivot points that you might just adjust to weight, and that just gives you that real precision balance that we were talking about. But the benefits can be, it doesn't matter what your height or your weight is, you're still getting those same amazing benefits, which is, as we've talked about, actually removing the compression off the spine. We're giving the spine a chance to just elongate, to stretch out, to allow ourselves to kind of relax those tense muscles that might be pulling on joints and pulling on the bones. We want to also, you know, it just allows us to feel that little bit better as well. It might be that it's relieving discomfort if you've got maybe nerves that have been a little bit pinched by that compression as well. It's a very controlled and smooth action. You can see there, you're only meant to be on here for 1 or 2 minutes at a time. You can increase the frequency, you know, go on here maybe 2-3 times a day. That's where you're going to get the most benefits, not about the actual increase in the duration of time. But it's about being really able to allow the body the chance to use gravity, kind of flip the switch on, or flip the script, I should say, on gravity.
Yeah.
Because we've got gravity acting on the body all day, haven't we? You know, we wake up in the morning, we feel nice and tall, nice and long, and then as the day goes on, gravity
We talk about, pushing you down.
Pushing down
and all the
on
things
us.
that we do don't aid that, do they?
Even
we talk
down
about
to exercise is a stress on the body.
Of course,
and if we're doing weightlifting, we're adding a lot more load.
And as we age, and Roger Teeter, that it was about everything he was going through and the aging process, wasn't it? He wasn't able to do what he wanted to do anymore.
He wanted to age healthily.
Right.
And he wanted his spine to remain as healthy as possible.
And he did, didn't he?
And he did. He was
super fit, wasn't he?
He was right to the end. He was still, you know, he was still hiking, he was still biking, he was doing, you know, he was still out with the kids, his grandchildren. He was really maximising, enjoying life.
He lived his life to the full, didn't he?
He did. And he largely put that down to the fact that he was taking care of his spine. You know, we can see when we've seen the ageing spine kind of VT in the past, you can see how, as we age, our posture declines. That's because we lose muscular strength, but it's also because of the pressure that we're putting on the spine and the pressure on the disc. So,
it's like we're
look
choreographed.
at that.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Look at that.
Good.
Beautiful.
Is it choreographed?
I can't.
It's like you practice this. Hold it there for a second.
Okay.
I'll let you know when to come up. I'm going to ask you in a second to bring one arm up.
Which one?
Whichever you like, Sean. And then you're going to start to move. And then you're both coming up. Oh, look at that. Beautiful.
You have such control, don't you?
You do. You have complete control.
I love that control.
You've also got the handles beside you as well, the new handles that allow you to bend the knees and come up to that full position.
It just feels so good.
And now you feel more open. Now you feel more free instead of feeling constantly tight. But you know, it is the issues that we can have with, I know you mentioned earlier that you've
For me, yeah. And I really think it's 4 hours a day in the car.
Yeah.
I think it's that, you're in that one position.
The car, I think it's at work because we stand for 3 hours or sit for 3 hours. And sometimes the chairs we're on aren't particularly comfortable.
Well, they're much better now in our new studio.
Or you have to sit at a funny angle, and then it really does affect your back. I'm lucky, I don't feel any issues particularly with my back, but mine is my hips and my shoulders, and I really feel that this is obviously, like you say, like brushing my teeth, it's going to always help my back, but I do feel it's making a difference to the hips. That stretch feels amazing.
And this is the thing, it's you're getting that stretch through the hip flexors, you're getting it into the glutes as well, the piriformis, the abdominal muscles are being stretched across the chest because we're taking the arms overhead, the shoulders, the neck, everywhere, all along the back, lower, the lumbar spine, and also against the spinal erectile muscles.
Enough, do we?
We really
so
don't.
Important to stretch.
It's kind of comes secondary to everything. And even if you are a keen fitness enthusiast, generally what we do is we get in the gym, we do what we've got to do, and then we go home.
Yeah.
And we rarely go, I'm going to spend 20 minutes just stretching and opening up, and then what we find is the muscles get tighter and tighter, and they start pulling on our bones and on our joints, and then we start getting those alignment issues.
And that limits you then to what you do in daily life, doesn't it?
It limits your flexibility, your mobility, and it's uncomfortable. And the long-term effect is that it stops us doing the things, it can impact with pressure on our back, but it can stop us doing the things that we love doing because we're no longer comfortable. So we want to release that pressure. We want to take that pressure off the spine. We're showing you the Teeter tables, they really are the size of, if you can fit a yoga mat into a space, this is the same kind of length as a yoga mat.
And then it does fold up, doesn't it, for storage?
Absolutely. So really easy to store away, again in three 3 simple steps. Storing away is a case of you're going to reduce, you're going to shorten the shaft, the height shaft.
Right.
So you're going to pop that away. You're then going to flip the actual flex bed back on itself so it's aligned and it's against the frame.
Okay.
And then all we're going to do is you can see that you've got those little bars on each side. So you're just going to release the bars and bring the A-frame together. So it's 3 steps again, 3 steps to set up and 3 steps to put it away,
It
Hayley.
just folds into that A-frame, like you say there. Now, we are super limited in stock. If you want to get hold of this, now is the time.
It is a situation where more people are ordering, the stock is available. I know we're coming, sort of to 2:30 at night, but we just get busier and busier at 2 o'clock. I think lots of people either are coming in from work or perhaps getting up to go to work. And perhaps you do struggle at work, perhaps you struggle with your every day. Perhaps you wake up in the morning and wish you could get a real good stretch on that back. This is allowing you to do that at home. Look at the benefits of inversion. Please, there's so much we can't say, but wow, what a difference this has made to so many people. There's not 1 or 2 people that use Teeter tables.
No, there's over, I think last count it was 3 million users.
Wow.
And as I mentioned before, I've been lucky enough to work for a company that is the UK distributor for Teeter. And so I've spoken to customers firsthand and heard their stories and heard how it's helped them, how it's really helped kind of change their lives.
Yeah. It's given them their lives back, I think. Which is why Roger designed it originally, because his back issues were limiting him in what he loved to do. He loved to do all and everything, didn't he?
Absolutely. And I'm hearing in my ear the kind of our director had back issues and was really struggling, and he had to leave camera work.
My dad used to virtually crawl on the floor because he just couldn't get his back right. And
it's so debilitating.
Nothing like this to our knowledge, back then. But I know he would have absolutely loved this.
Anything that can take the pressure off that area, that can help to just relieve that pressure for even for a short period of time, allow the body to come back into its alignment, allow those discs to kind of rehydrate, because there are cushions. They're the thing that's kind of they're the shock absorbers. They take the brunt of any kind of
all
movement.
day, every day.
And that's how they start like this, and then they end like, because they lose the fluid throughout the day, they end so that they are so much thinner and so much more rigid. We don't want them to get rigid, because that's when we start to find that we run into problems and the vertebrae are kind of against each other. We need to keep them as healthy as possible.
And if you are under a doctor, if you want to consult with your doctor, that's a good idea. Say, I've looked at inversion, I've looked at an inversion table. I know they'll know exactly what you're talking about, because for so many it has completely changed their everyday.
And it's not stressful.
Well,
I thought it'd be quite stressful.
No, I find it quite relaxing.
Me too.
And the other great thing is, it's not like we've got to spend an hour on here.
No.
We've been using it maximum tonight, but really we only need to be on here about 1
or 2 minutes.
3 minutes.
And I'm as a personal trainer and a health coach, I'm really, really kind of passionate about you attaching habits to different habits.
Yes.
So you build them up. So what about if you attach this to when you go and put your kettle on?
Yeah.
So why the kettle is boiling.
Right, yeah.
This
Great
is
idea.
what
all
you
it
go on.
takes.
Great
So
idea.
this is where you habit stack so that it becomes part of your life.
That's a great idea.
Great
But it
idea.
will become part of your life, because the minute you feel the benefits of it, the minute you start to feel that you've reduced that discomfort, or you feel that you've really lengthened, or just everything feels looser and less tense, you'll want to do it more and more.
It's quite incredible. And get it home and try it. Just see how it feels. Because I know you might be at home thinking, I'm not a great one to go upside down. But actually, the release it gives you is amazing. And when you're there, It really is quite relaxing. And I don't know, there's something in my head as well. I think it's that blood going to your head. You just feel, I feel quite alive when I get off it.
Yeah, absolutely. But let's just remember, you know, inversion movements are nothing new. These are movements that are within yogas. You know, downward dog, things where you're in headstands, they're inversion movements, but you're expected to learn that movement. This is an easy way of you getting more benefits, because you've still, even in those yoga poses, you're still taking strain into the shoulders and different parts of the body. Whereas here, you are completely relaxing the body, and you're creating that, you know, that environment where you can just let go.
A stretch like I don't think you can do in any other way, but doing it still so naturally and so easily. You must please check your baskets through, because we are massively busy. We're going to have to step away from this just for a moment, because we've got too many people ordering and not enough stock. So check out those baskets. But again, have a little listen to not just us, but to so many other people that really have benefited from Teeter.
When I first saw the Teeter on TV, I wasn't quite sure about it. I almost thought it was a gimmick. I had no idea that the Teeter was going to be that effective on me. I was amazed with the very first day I used it. It was day and night difference for me. Felt like I was recharged, energetic, and ready to go back out and do whatever I was doing earlier that day. The more I use it, the more I enjoy it, and the more I think it helps me.
It's very relaxing, it's very centering. I sleep through the night, I don't wake up constantly. I'm not afraid to take a dance class or to take a yoga class, you know. I feel like I can do normal activities that other people my age are doing, and that gives me hope.
To describe the way it feels when you actually use the Teeter is just pure freedom of knowing that something in your back is getting better. Everything says that this seems like it should be wrong, but it feels so right.
When I got my Teeter, that's when it all changed for me. And the more I worked my back, the more relief my back gave me. And that's when I knew that this machine really works. It's so simple and yet so effective. If it wasn't for the Teeter, I wouldn't be the person I am today. It put the smile back on my face.
It is this smooth, just seamless machine. Having my back feel good on a regular basis is priceless. You know, age is it really is just a number. It's how you feel. I feel like I gained like 10 years back onto my life. You know, I feel like, hey, you know, I can be in my dance class with 20-somethings and feel good again, you know.
I love that, dancing with the 20-year-olds, feeling good.
Super limited stock though. If you've got that in a basket, and so many of you still have, confirm your orders and check your basket out. And remember, you can use PayPal paying £302.65. But you'll notice we're now stood in another set. We're buying a sauna.
Well-being tonight.
It is.
And I find a sauna, a steam room, just so relaxing. It's one of my biggest things to completely unwind. To have one at home is incredible.
I know, well, this is the thing. Normally they have thousands of pounds, aren't they? And you've got to get one of those wooden traditional saunas.
And you need a lot of space.
You need the space in the garden to be able to house one. They're normally outside of most people's budgets. The fact that you can have one in your home, inside or outside, and it only weighs 12.5 kilograms, so it means you could have it inside your home in the kind of colder months. You can have it outside in the summer months. You can take it away with you if you're going to go on a staycation and you know you're going to want to use it.
Perhaps you've got a holiday home, it could be out on the decking, perhaps you've got a hot tub there, or perhaps you've got a gym room at home and it could be in the corner of that gym room.
Yeah, because it fits so snugly into the corner.
The design's so clever, but
it is clever.
We're saying it's really compact, but there's plenty of room inside as well, and you're not sharing a sauna. A lot of people don't really like sharing that kind of space, do they?
I think this is it. Nowadays, we're a lot more aware of not wanting to necessarily share space with everybody, and you are. When you're in a sauna, the whole purpose is that we're elevating the temperature to the point that we're sweating a lot. You know, that's what we want. That's what we want to achieve. So it's not nice to be next to somebody else that is also sweating. But this is your own private, personal sauna, steam sauna in your home. You can have it, even if you decided you wanted to put it down at any point. You might have guests and you might have it in the spare room. It's about 15 minutes to put it together. It's about 10 minutes to take it down. It's really, really simple in terms of putting it together and taking it apart, but actually the construction is really brilliant. You've got the fiberglass poles that kind of create that frame. But what I love about is a lot of them that I've seen don't have this central part of the frame. They just have the outer frame. Now what that's doing then is it's allowing the material, the cover around it, to feel more kind of taut. So you won't have any flapping around if it's outside. So that's, you know, that's a really good feature. Also, because these are fiberglass as opposed to UPVC, you're going to get the durability of it, but also you've got none of the worries of toxicity with that kind of intense heat.
Absolutely.
So we don't want that to be compromised in any way, and we don't.
And I remember you saying when we first did this, because you use saunas, don't you? When you go to the gym
I've got this particular one.
But now you were like, this is better than the one in the gym. It's even hotter, but you've got different levels you can choose.
Well, we've got 7 different levels that we can choose from, either via your remote control, or you've also got the panel that you can change the levels on the machine. I'd suggest using the remote control because you can sit inside of your sauna and just change those levels.
Is great, isn't it?
It is. It's brilliant. It just means, again, it's a really lovely, relaxing experience. The fact is as well, this is your chamber.
So that's where we put the water. That's all we need to do. It's nothing difficult or confusing, is it? We just put water in there.
You're going to put 3.6 litres of water in there.
Regular water?
Regular water. Obviously, you may need to descale like you would your kettle at certain points, but, you know, it's regular water. You're going to fill it with water. You can see that attaches. That's going to attach to that little pipe there. And then within there, you've got a little steam vapour dispenser.
That's on the inside.
And that's where you're getting the steam that's going to go into the pod. You're going to close this cover and you're going to trap in that heat.
And is that where we saw the essential oils going? And so if we wanted to put something like lavender in there or eucalyptus?
That's exactly where you can put those lovely essential oils. And that just adds to the relaxing experience, doesn't it? But what we've got, and the reason that, you know, you mentioned about the heat and the fact that it feels like it's more of a commercial kind of standard, commercial grade, it's kind of 45 to, you're going to get a temperature of about 40 to 45 degrees, maybe up to 50 degrees of heat. But because it's steam and the high humidity, that's going to feel about nearly 90 degrees, which is commercial standard.
God.
And you really feel that when you're in there. Because you are
such a great feeling.
You're trapping in all of that heat with that 3 layers of insulation. You know, this is so well insulated.
Look, I mean, you can see it there on the clip, the amount of steam
that came out.
Yeah, it comes out with him.
And that would be amazing. Out on your balcony, out on your decking, in your spare room.
Imagine coming home from work.
Yeah.
You're all
Perhaps you've got a nice gym room or set up in the spare room or in the garage. Have this in there.
Out on the patio, look at this.
I love, after exercising, love to go into a sauna, into a steam room, because I just feel it really relaxes my muscles.
Yeah, it takes the tension out of the muscles, doesn't it?
But it also unwinds me.
Yeah.
I really struggle to switch off, to unwind, and I just find there's something so relaxing about being in there.
And that's because we're releasing endorphins. You know, it's like exercise. When we're in a sauna, it increases that endorphin release. Now, that's kind of nature's natural painkiller. So if you've got any tension and soreness in there, that's going to help to relieve those feelings. But also when we're releasing those endorphins, I know you always call them your happy dolphins.
Happy dolphins, the endorphins.
That's our happy hormones. They're the hormones that flood our body and make us feel really good.
Now, just hearing again how busy we are on the sauna, whatever you've got in a basket, confirm you're about 60% of the stock here gone. However, I had a few issues with the phone, so do apologise if you've been waiting on the phone or you couldn't get through on the phone. Go to the website, it's the easiest way for you to shop. Shopontv.co.uk. When you go go through to the website, you'll see all the products that we've got this evening. Just scroll down to the live show. You can see our YouTube channel there. Remember, click and subscribe on YouTube, and you can watch all the previous shows that we've got. The live feed will be there as well for you. But if you've got a Teeter or a sauna in your basket, please check out. Don't hang around here. 169281 is your item number, and 189.99 comes down to 65.98 if you use PayPal Pay in 3. I've got a quick review for you from Megan. Megan said, a friend was raving about her sauna pod. I love a good steam sesh and gave up hope of ever having my own because I live in an apartment. Well, this fits perfectly on my little balcony. It works like an absolute treat, surpassed my expectations, and is so much more peaceful and hygienic than the shared steam room at the gym. It's my favourite thing. Hayley's bugbear, talking in the steam room. No talking, please.
No, don't talk to me.
Please don't talk to me.
I always get
It's
with someone
downtime.
really chatty, and I'm like, no, don't talk to me.
It's just,
I want to close my
chill
eyes.
time.
This is my personal space.
everybody else
This is
is
my chill
talking.
time.
This
Like
is your
that.
personal space.
Or
A bit of quiet in here.
the other biggest bugbear
Go
is
on.
you've just got it to the loveliest temperature, and
someone opens
somebody
the door.
comes in and opens the door and
And
lets the
stands
steam
chatting
out.
to someone outside.
Yes.
With the door open. You don't have to have any of that. You can have your own
No sharing.
sauna.
We like this. And great even in the hot weather, because you might be thinking, well, it's been super hot. Well, it's a bit like they always say, it's good to have a cup of tea on a hot day.
Yes, yeah.
Because it regulates your body temperature. And it's the same. It'll help regulate your body temperature, get you used to that heat and get your body used to cooling itself down.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
It's
it's
brilliant.
actually great on a hot day.
Did you ever think you could have your own sauna
Oh.
that's indoors or outdoors? You
Can
can
you imagine?
move. It's really
the
easy to
neighbours
put up and put
talking
down.
about you.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Are they?
Shayley's got a sauna.
Just to add one more point, because this is really important, because what makes this such a great sauna is the fact that you've also got that 2,000 watt steam chamber.
Okay.
Most of them are between 1,200 and 1,600. The fact that this is 2,000 means that you're going to get that heat is going to heat up quicker. We've heard from people saying it takes between 5 and 10 minutes to heat up to maximum temperature, but it also means you're going to get that constant, continuous steam vapor at that lovely temperature
And
that
at
you
the same
want.
time, it's still really affordable to run, isn't it?
So we're saying on average on a session, depending on your provider, but on average it's about 20 pence per session.
How amazing is
absolutely
that?
brilliant.
You're absolutely loving it. £189.99, down from virtually £300. And of course, you have got PayPal Pay in 3, but you do need to check your baskets out. Stock-wise, where did we get to? We've got so much stock disappearing.
Over 60% of the stock
Check
there
out
gone.
your baskets. And again, not been with us since February.
And we don't know when it'll be back either. So go to the website and check everything out. Make sure you confirm your orders, whatever you are shopping for. You can see you've got your Teeter, you've got your sauna, the skipping rope, corded or cordless skipping rope, which is brilliant. If you want to go for that, it's just $24.99. Look at the difference in calories compared to other sports, things like swimming. Skipping is the best when it comes to calorie counts, isn't it, Kelly?
Absolutely. This is the reason that boxers use it, different athletes use it as part of their cardiovascular fitness, because it's so good at improving your fitness levels and it's amazing for calorie burn. The fact that this actually links to the Renfo Health app as well takes away all the thinking, all the worrying about tracking your results, because that feeds in automatically into the Renfo Health app, and it's going to store your results so that you can see every time that you use that smart as skipping rope, you're going to be able to see how you're progressing.
And if you pop it somewhere like in the kitchen, you will just grab it and skip when the kettle's boiling or something
This
like
is
that.
it. I read a review from somebody the other day, and that's exactly what they said they did. They had it on the edge of their kitchen worktop, and every time they went into the kitchen and they were making a cup of tea or they were doing something, they just got maybe 50 skips in.
How great is
Soon
that?
adds up, doesn't it?
So absolutely. So do grab that. And of course, if you're putting that in with something and you're spending over £30, you will be able to split that into 3 PayPal payments as well. But we've got to get back to what we've got left.
We do. What we have remaining on our Teeter table. My word, been so busy. We must urge you, if you can, go to the website because we've had a few issues with the phones.
We do apologise about that, but please, if you can get onto the website, because we are down to the very last of the stock, and still, even at this time in the morning, more people ordering than stock is available. So it's the first people to order and check out that are going to get it.
And remember, we are limited stock, so if you've got it in a basket and you definitely want to get hold of it, confirm your order and check out 240131 if you want to add it into your basket. We've only got less than 15 minutes remaining.
Give us just joined us.
Yeah.
What is this, and what are the benefits of inversion?
This is the thing, because it's quite an unusual concept, isn't it? To be able to, you know, to invert and rotate to the point that you're nearly upside down. You know, what is this doing for me? But what this is doing is we have gravity acting on the body all day. From the moment we get up, it's loading. That gravitational load is pulling on our body. Now, gravity has its benefits. It's what keeps us on, you know, on Earth. It stops us floating away, and it also stimulates our muscles and bones. So we need gravity, but what we do find is it puts a lot of stress, particularly on the spine. Now, what we can do is flip the script on gravity.
Okay.
So instead of it putting pressure on the spine, and maybe causing issues where, especially if we've got misalignment issues, where we could start to find some discomfort because it might trap nerves. It might be that, you know, it's pulling on muscles are getting tight where they're trying to hold us in place because our posture isn't in the best position. We can start to use gravity to kind of enhance and help us. And this is stretch, and this is what we're doing right now. So what Sean is doing in this simple position, by using his arms to kind of allow himself to come down into that full 60% of rotation, and you can see he's just now starting to do oscillation, and I love that, because I think when you first start, that's a good way of you building your confidence while you're on the machine. But while he's on there, he's taking the pressure off his body. And it's not just a nice to have, I'm taking the pressure off, I'm doing a nice little stretch. Actually, what's going on underneath here is that all of a sudden, we're removing the tension out of tight muscles that might be causing pressure in their own right, because they're pulling on our bones and our joints. And we know when when our muscles are tight, everything just feels really uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's not right, is it? It might be stopping you doing everyday things, or perhaps things you used to love to do. This is why Teeter actually designed this table, because he was really super active, but then started having issues with his back, and it was stopping him living. And he was like, I want to live my life to the full. So started getting involved in designing these incredible tables, and ended up, 44 years later, still family run. These tables are known very much as the best, aren't they?
They're the number one. They are the market leader and have been since the, when people generally talk about inversion tables, they talk about the Teeter inversion tables. Yeah. You only have to look on, online sites like YouTube and things like that, where most of the kind of videos are talking about the Teeter table. Yeah. And it's from people that have tried the inversion and given you their reviews on it. But the reason that they've stood the test of time, and the reason why, some competitors might have gone out of business, why Teeter is still the number one, still the gold standard in inversion tables, is because of the construction. And it's because of the fact that they, the passion that Roger had from being an engineer in aircraft kind of design.
He had such knowledge. And passion, and wanted to build something of such quality. And that's exactly what he's done.
And you feel so secure on it. I think it's so important to point out to everyone at home, because you're hanging upside down by your feet.
By your ankles.
Yeah.
You know, this is what's holding you in place.
But you're secure and you're comfortable.
Yeah, really comfortable.
Because you've got that ergo embrace kind of cushioning around the ankle. You've got this, what you've got there is patented technology that has gone through rigorous testing by third parties. So it's not just, you know, Teeter have thrown together a load of components and they think that's good enough. They are the only company, the only brand that have been awarded FDA registration, which is makes the Teeter table a grade 1 medical grade piece of equipment.
And do look up that and see what that actually means.
And it's really important, I think, for everyone at home to do their own research and pop in their search bar. Benefits of inversion, honestly.
Absolutely.
You'll be blown away, won't you? If you think about the ageing spine, you can see here, can't you, how as we get older, we get more stoop.
Well, just naturally, because you stood all day, every day, or even sitting. You know, that pressure on your spine. I know lots of old people. My mum is so much shorter than she was because does, you know, and does feel it in her back. It has caused her back issues.
I think I am as well. I said to you the other day, didn't I? I often say on air, I'm 6'4", I'm 6'4", and then I stood next to someone who was 6'4", and I was like, maybe I'm not.
Started to look up at them. And this is the thing, you know, it's general kind of aging process. We lose muscular strength, so that affects our posture because we're not holding ourselves properly. But also what happens is that kind of degeneration in the discs, and we start to find that the discs get stiffer and they lose that fluid if we're not doing anything to keep them healthy. And then just naturally gravity is pulling us forward because we haven't got the strength and the ability to hold ourselves back.
And now you're seeing Sean use gravity to help actually temporarily decompress that spine, which you're seeing exactly that right now. Also to help realign the spine and joints temporarily, to help the joints temporarily actually rehydrate, which is what we were talking about, how they can get dehydrated, those actual discs getting really close together because the fluid has gone, and that's allowing you to get that stretching, help get that fluid, the juice in your joints, which
this is exactly it. And at the same time that Sean's doing that, you know, what we're doing is maybe we know that lymphatic flow tends to only go in one direction. So this is improving lymphatic flow because we're getting it back the other direction, but we're also increasing blood flow and oxygen into the spine. So if, you know, that could help with healing if you are finding that you have got twinges and things into that area. But what if you have got things like pinched nerves that are a result of compression, then this is temporarily going to hopefully help with some relief.
And for so many people, it has been such incredible relief. So many 5-star reviews, so many people say it's been life-changing. It's allowed them to do the things they were doing, but their back then stopped them from living. And if you're in that situation, do look up the benefits of inversion, because honestly, absolutely incredible to allow you to get that stretch in the spine, to actually help decompress that spine that has all that pressure on it all day, every day, to help temporarily realign the spine and joints as well, to remove that tension, to loosen your lumbar, to take the pressure off your spine for those 2 minutes, 3 minutes each day, first thing in the morning. Can you imagine just feeling so much better? Perhaps after while you've put the kettle on, you go on for 1 minute, a couple of minutes, 3 minutes maximum, that's all you need to do, and then get off and you just feel this incredible stretch. I feel like I'm standing so much better. My posture is so much better. I feel taller. But for me, I'm lucky enough that I don't particularly have issues with my back, but I feel the stretch in my hips and my shoulders where I do really have issues. And you might be the same at home like Sean, and you really do struggle with your back, and you just wish you try and get a good stretch, but you can't get any stretch like you can with the Teeter table. And what you've got today is a market-beating deal if you're lucky enough to get it. Now the issue is you might be thinking about it tonight, tomorrow you might think, yes, I'll do it. It's considered purchase, but sadly we haven't got a great deal of stock left. We've actually got a lot more people ordering than stock we've actually got. So if you all checked out, you will miss out. We are super limited stock, so we're down to the very last few percent. And it's your opportunity to get a market-beating price, opportunity to get it delivered to your door. It's 85% assembled. There's a little bit of assembly, and it's got really great instructions, reading instructions, but also there's a fabulous app that talk you through putting it together, how to use it, talking about exercises and stretching as well. We don't have this very often. I'll be absolutely honest. Haven't had this since February, which is like 5 months ago. I don't know when this stock has gone, when we'll get it back in stock. This stock has just come in and it's disappeared this morning. So many people do, I know, struggle with that back because it is that pressure on your joints and on your spine all day, every day. Can you imagine that relief to stretch all of that? They say stretching is so good, but we don't do it. When you've got something like this inversion table, it allows you to get this incredible stretch all the way down your spine, but also in that joint area of the hips, also in that stomach area, the shoulders, and also the blood circulating the body, go into the head. You just feel so alive. And I know, like Sean did earlier, and Sean really does struggle with his back. We went back in the dressing room earlier, and he's like, "Oh my word, I've never felt like this." He said, "Oh, look at me picking things up off the floor." But please grab it whilst we've got stock. It's as simple as you've seen to use. It's a market-beating deal, but it's only now the stock we have available. You need to desperately check those baskets through. It's price-wise elsewhere, you kick yourself, won't you? If you miss out on this deal, and we're so busy now, we're busier than we've been. £552 and £473.99. £479. It's worth every penny if it's going to make that difference to you. Best prices there. Think Sport, Health and Care, £381.99. Look at our price at £299.99. You are talking the deluxe version with superior features with this as well. Lots of extras, allowing you to get it at really very much a starting price at £299.99. And of course, you've got PayPal Pay in 3. Split that cost, but you need to do it now. You need to please check your baskets through. We're now busier than we've been through the show, and we haven't got the stock. So check your baskets through. And for anyone thinking, should I or shouldn't I, what would you say to them, Kelly?
I would just say, get it home, try it, because if you are struggling with any kind of issues because of compression, the relief that this could give you would just be, as we keep saying, it could really transform how you move through life.
It can be life-changing, can't it?
Yeah.
Which is why Roger designed it. If you're feeling you're missing out on life, you're missing out on doing the things you love to do, you're not able to do the things with family, with grandchildren, perhaps you love to cycle, perhaps you love to play bowls, but none of those things you can do now because you have got those issues. Have a look. Benefits of inversion. There's so much we can't say, but it will absolutely blow your mind and make you think, actually, this could be it. If you are under doctors, do discuss with your doctors. They'll know about inversion. There's very little, I think, that helps the back. Benefits there: temporarily helps decompress the spine, temporarily realigns the spine and the joints. I was talking about the hips, the shoulders. Also helps the disc to temporarily rehydrate and relaxes tense muscles. So many more benefits if you actually go on the internet and look at the benefits of inversion. But what you must do now is check your baskets through. We have got so many people trying to order the last 24 that we've got. That's it. Haven't had it since February, and I don't know when we'll get it back in stock. Please check that basket through and change your life, possibly.
Absolutely.
Kelly,
the best brand.
What a great
Absolutely the best
Great
brand.
model.
Take care. See you soon.